Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Nicolandrians. We are back. We are back. And we are not Delulu. Can you believe it? Now listen, before y'all get into calling me a hypocrite, let's get into this breakdown. Because the girls, they're gonna try to come at me and listen. I tried to tell y'all what the situation was in my last live stream. See, I would say episode 20, was it 27? And then 28, they were boring. Sunset, I don't be watching after sun or whatever. I don't be watching that. And then 30 was the highlight. So that's why y'all didn't get no updates, because I was like, kind of bored. Like, these episodes are just not entertaining at all. I felt like it was nothing really to talk about outside of the situation with Ceirra. And you know what's so crazy is the same situation with Shelly and Huda. It's the same situation with Ceirra and Olandria. And y'all don't listen to Black women. There has been a lot of racism outside of the villa. There's been a lot of colorism outside of the villa, in my opinion. On the show, I felt like Olandria just wasn't really weighing her options. Shelly decided to stick to Black men. So I didn't feel like in the villa that was the experience, but I felt like outside of the villa with the viewership, I don't know if this is new, but outside of the villa, we've seen a lot of colorism and racism. And the very thing that I literally said about Shelly and Huda when it comes to Chris and Ace was the same thing. It's the same thing I'm going to say about Ceirra and Olandria. When the allyship is in place, there is an alliance. And when we stand 10 toes down on principle as a Black woman within this allyship with Ceirra or non-Black women, when it is time for them to return the alliance, when it's time for them to return the loyalty, y'all fold. Ceirra decided to stand behind Taylor because of her fucking man. That ain't even her man. That's what we witnessed. And I'm just like, damn, why do I feel like this is like the election all over again? So Ceirra made her decision, and Olandria gets to make her decision. Okay. Fair game at this point. So let's get into this breakdown, because I had to make that the intro, because I'm like, don't get in the comments talking about, well, what happened to Girl Code? Exactly. What happened to Girl Code? What happened? Olandria intentionally did not explore the way that she could have with Nick the first time out of loyalty for Ceirra. The only thing she had to do was stand with Olandria. That's it. But no, she chose her man that ain't her man, that don't even want to really be her man. That's what she decided to do. So it's fair game. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, because we had to watch. Let me see. Where's it at? We had to watch Ceirra throw that cat every time. Every time we had to see her throw that cat around to keep that man. And the man didn't want to be kept. He didn't want to be kept. Every time. Let me pull up my file. I mean, look at this.
I don't know what like the
This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. Let's get into it. So Nick asked Ceirra for clarity. You know what? When I tell you Ceirra played every card that she had all wrong. She had her cat card. She played that shit wrong. Then when it comes to this whole we're closed off, this and then she gives Nick clarity, and the clarity really wasn't good clarity because it's just like, okay, so we're only closed in here, but we're not closed outside the villa. So Ceirra, when you left the villa, you are a single woman, according to the clarity that you gave Nick.
closed off in here means in the real world, honestly.
Like being closed off means like in here you're not open to getting to know anyone else that walks through the door, and like you're just focusing on one person.
That walks through the door.
I think like in the real world, like I don't think it's like I wouldn't say we're like boyfriend and girlfriend, but
You know how Ceirra also played herself? She always tried to play like this cool chick, like this I go with whatever you're cool with type of girl, and it just slapped her all up in the face.
I think we would focus on each other.
Listen, can we use common sense? My photo, my video, my face is in front of the video that's playing because of copyright. Come on now. Come on. Come on.
For as long as we can until like it leads one way or the other.
And that's
right?
like where my head's at. So
Okay.
I think that's kind of a question I've had on my mind since the picnic.
Did that help answer it?
Yeah.
That's a single man, basically. Now, a lot of people are wanting to know, why was Ceirra kicked out of the villa? The whole situation that I left off on in my last review, where I talked about how Ceirra, she used a racial slur on social media. People dug it up, and the producers got a hold of it, and she was kicked out. I think they're 2 episodes ahead, so a lot of people wanted her to be kicked out immediately. But I think the only thing they could really do was like edit, like chop down how much she was seen in those episodes that they had already pretty much probably finished up, wrapped up. So that's the only thing they could do. And then we saw her actually get kicked off. So yeah, it's a mess. But let's get into this whole situation where she decided to stand behind Taylor. Let me see if I can find it, because I have so much stuff on the desktop. This is crazy. Oh, here it is.
Please stand behind the person you want to save.
Okay, so what a lot of people are overlooking too with this whole girl code thing. Did y'all not see how Ceirra did Iris though? Girl, what I tell you, no, like, okay, I think somebody in my chat box was like, Ceirra is the pick me. Now, I left off with my previous live where I was like, Ceirra is showing me that she's fake as hell. And then boom, she crossed Olandria. And I'm like, I knew your ass was fake. I was picking that shit up in the last review that I did. So I'm like, this just confirms that you're fake as hell, which I already knew you were fake. Cool. But did y'all see how she did Iris too, though? Like, everyone's talking about Olandria, but I'm like, girl, she did Iris dirty as hell. She was sitting there listening to your ass complain about Nick, and then brought to your attention that, hey sis, don't you think you should ask more questions about Nick and Olandria exploring themselves? I mean, I think you're being a little naive with that. She was being so real with her, and then in return she was phony to Iris too. I felt so bad for Iris, because I'm like, damn, she really does have this strong connection to TJ. And TJ is cool. TJ been loyal since day one. I mean, he's been exploring, right? But he's been loyal though too. And I just felt like he deserved to stay in the villa. Taylor could have went home though.
I knew the day would come when we would say goodbye.
And then the songs that they choose are just so extra. This is crazy. And then this is what really pissed me off, y'all. When she walks in front of Olandria, this really made me upset. Y'all, I was in the house screaming. Hold on. I think y'all gonna hear me here in a sec. So my bad. But y'all gonna hear me in the back.
What? What?
I was pissed. Was anybody else upset? I was upset. I was like, you know what? This is so typical. Black women, are y'all taking notes? Because I feel like we should be taking notes. We should. I mean, the end of November up until this year, girl, that allyship, that alliance, that girl shit, that shit is so one-sided. Olandria could have been took her man, sis, to be honest. She could have took her man on episode 1 before she was even in the villa. All you had to do was stand either with, really, if I was here, I would have stood with Iris. I just would have stood with Iris. Olandria stood with Austin, and I kind of understood why. Okay, she's been like the mother in the house, and she has been there, and she's been an ear, and she's been sound advice in the house, in the villa. So I understood why she stood next to Austin, even though he didn't have a chance, right? But I felt like that was mutual grounds for her to stand next to Austin or stand behind Austin. But Ceirra, it would have made perfect sense for you to stand next to Iris, and you didn't even do that.
What?
Crazy. And Taylor is a Dusty. TJ is not a Dusty to me. I don't understand why all these people were standing behind Dusty ass Taylor. I don't get it. I don't get it. He doesn't have good communication skills. I don't see anything wrong with his relationship with Clark. I honestly don't have an issue with it. I feel like they belong together. They're intellectually on the same level. However, I felt like as far as communicating, he could have communicated better with Olandria and Clark in that whole dynamic. He could have been more straightforward and direct with his communication. Period. Then, so Ceirra does that. And then did y'all miss this?
Being sent home, brutal. For one of my best friends in here to stand behind Taylor just was like a dagger to my heart.
Did y'all miss this part? Or, oh, I'm sorry. Y'all don't listen to Black women. So let's play that again, because this is a Black woman's platform. Let me replay that again. It was a dagger to my heart. But see, because Olandria is not crying about it, because she's not crying and being overly dramatic about how she got crossed, how she was just stabbed in the back, okay? People overlooked how she really felt about it. So let's play this again.
One of my best friends in here to stand behind Taylor just was like a dagger to my heart. Yeah. I'm not even kidding.
That was foul. So she don't owe Ceirra no type of loyalty at all. Fuck that shit. Y'all can go straight to hell. Honestly, like, seriously, she don't owe that girl nothing. She don't owe that girl shit. The hell. And then, let me see if I can find it. This Ceirra gonna try to come in and explain herself, and I'm just like, shit, sis, shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. I can't stand women like that. Just say you wanted to be a little bobblehead and you wanted to go stand behind Nick, a man you've been throwing that cat to, that ain't even really, he don't like you. He don't. Like, in so many ways, he keeps saying he don't like you like that. And then in the same way that Taylor acts, that Taylor was acting towards Olandria, Nick acts towards you, bobblehead. Bobblehead. The same way that he acts towards you, Taylor was acting towards Olandria. And your bobblehead having ass decided to stand behind Taylor like a bobblehead. Stupid. She played herself. I don't know what else to say. I'm not going to be nice about it because she wasn't nice to Olandria. She wasn't nice to Olandria. Your bobblehead having ass when it stood right behind Taylor, and Nick been doing you the same way Taylor been doing Olandria. So where was the girl code? Girls girl. Your ass got played in so many ways, and that's what I'm saying. When you are not loyal to yourself, or you're not loyal to women, because men are always going to be loyal to themselves first and then to the collective of men shortly after that. They're never loyal to you. When are the girls gonna fucking get it? It's embarrassing. And you was throwing that cat around all which way, and he was catching it. Cause who wouldn't? If you were in a man's position and a woman is just gonna throw that cat at you, would you not take it? Would you not take it? You would. Because it's free. It's like, well, shit, if you're going to give it to me for free, why not? I'm going to take it. I mean, if you was at the Gucci store, Prada, whatever, and they was handing out free handbags, and you didn't have to do nothing for it. Like, it wasn't like a catch to it, right? There's no catch. It's really just a free bag. Would you not take it? You would, wouldn't you? Y'all got to start thinking. Like, I just don't understand. Like, it's embarrassing. The whole situation was embarrassing. So, Nicolandrians, it's your time to shine. It's your time to be out here. Listen, it is what it is. It's fair game at this point.
I'm really sorry if my K vote made you uncomfortable. The biggest thing that led into my decision was Nick. I feel like he would have been devastated to see Taylor leave.
So what about the devastation that she was experiencing? You know what? Wow. That's crazy. That is so crazy. And the whole time he don't like you like that. That's you going out of your way to be picked. Who called Ceirra pick me? I need to thank you because you put it on my radar. I don't know who it was, but it was somebody. I don't know if it was a caller. I don't know if it was somebody in my chat box, but y'all brought it to my attention that she is a pick me. And I'm just like, wow.
The one that surprised me was like Ace and Shelly, though.
Me too. I'm like, what are we not seeing?
Yeah.
And then this is when things got fake for me with Zach and Brian when it comes to Amaya. They peeped this night that Amaya was America's favorite. And then they became these leeches. I don't trust Zach and I don't trust Brian. And a lot of people are like, why don't you trust Brian? Because in my opinion, I felt like he was defending his culture. He wasn't defending Amaya. He was defending his culture. It benefited him to defend his culture because it came across like he was defending Amaya. But I don't get a genuine bone in his body at all. I'm sorry. I didn't get the genuine bone in his body when he was with Audrina. I didn't get that. So I'm not getting it. And then Zach, sir, I'm so glad Olandria did not pick you. Let's see. Now I'm gonna swing over to Amaya because I wanted to talk about Amaya really quick. Because I just don't like how one thing I know about Amaya's a very genuine person. And I voted for her in the last round of voting. And I think the most genuine girl in the house, I voted for her because I believe that she is the most genuine in the house. However, the way that these men are now wanting to pursue her and all of this stuff, it just does not seem real to me. It doesn't seem genuine to me at all. It just seems very fake. And these men had all of this time to pursue Amaya before that voting situation took place. And it became apparent to them that, oh, okay, America really likes her. That's who I should partner up with. That's who I should couple up with. They had so much time to couple up with her. Brian had so much time. All of a sudden, she became main priority after the voting situation came into play. And that's what I don't trust. Everyone is trusting the situation. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. You had all that time, Brian. You had all that time. And it wasn't until after America made her, the most favored in the house or in the villa. And now you want to like put it in full gear to just put all your focus in pursuit onto her. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. And then this situation with Zach.
I mean, I feel like in every conversation we had, you had every opportunity to let me know how you feel. And
that's the consistent thing with Zach, Brian. They had all this opportunity, right? And they still dropped the ball. But then that night, when she was voted, and she kept going back to number one. She was number one. I don't even remember the votes. I remember the most genuine woman in the house. And then like it kind of like fell off after that for me because I don't remember. But it was like these men had all of this time. They had all of this opportunity to really pursue Amaya. And it wasn't until after that night where maybe this is just editing. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that as a part of this too, like the nuance. Like maybe that's what we didn't see. We didn't see more of Amaya and Brian. Who knows? But based off of how they edited it, he wasn't really pursuing her like that. It wasn't until afterwards, and it was I don't know. And I think when it comes to Zach, they wanted to make that clear and make that known to us as viewers. But I got the same vibe from Brian as well. I don't feel like Brian is exempt from what Zach was doing. I believe that they both were doing it. And I'm also a big believer in who you hang out with in the house. If you notice that the men and who they hang out with, they tend to carry similar behaviors. Taylor and Nick. They tend to carry very similar behaviors. So Zach and Brian were very close. So I can only think that they are one of the same or they have similarities. So I just don't trust it.
you wait until I'm getting questions asked by two other connections that I once had to jump in when you already seen how sad I was.
It was weird. How they did Amaya was freaking weird. That was the first time I've ever seen Amaya get that upset. And then this too. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Obviously, I tie in certain things, but at the same time, it doesn't change the fact that hand on my heart, I think I'm a fucking wicked girl. I know I see you, you see me, I'm super, super happy with that.
No, we don't see you. We don't see you. We do not see you at all.
Managed to look past our mistakes and squash the beef and just.
I stand by what I originally said. I feel like Amaya deserves to be in a better environment. She deserves to be she deserves to be in an environment where people really see her light, and she doesn't need to be in this environment around all of these fake people that have hidden agendas. I stand by that 1,000%. I do. She needs to get out of this environment where it's cliquish. It's based off of like surface level things. A lot of the people in the house are very ego driven. She's the only one in the house that's truly, truly wearing her heart on her sleeve to find love. And she just needs to get away from the fake people. Like even this situation where he picked her for the challenge and he kissed her. And again, it's very similar to Ace when he had his hidden agenda, trying to win America back over because he felt like America was painting him out to be the villain because of how he treated Amaya. So then he chose him and Shelly at that heart challenge, the heartbeat challenge or whatever like that. They both chose Amaya to kind of clean things up. So she's always being used. She's never being genuinely pursued. And that's one thing that I'm just picking up on. It's like a consistent pattern that I've noticed.
I had no idea Zach was going to kiss me. Like, what? I'm confused. What happened to boundaries? But you know what?
Amaya's always confused. What happened to boundaries? I'm confused. What happened to boundaries? How many times does this girl have to say that? Because the guys are always switching up on her. It's like reverse. It's like they try to get to know her and then they don't like her personality or they don't like who she is and then they push her away. And then when America votes, then they want to love bomb her again. It's bullshit. Like, I'm sorry that I can see through the bullshit. Like, bye. Like I said, I know Amaya clocks it every single time. She gets, like, who wouldn't be able to clock somebody switching up with you, like playing these head games? That's what I'm like, get away from her. I want all of the men to just get away from her. It doesn't matter if it's Brian, Zach, Elon. Like, Brian, I don't trust you either. Like, I just don't. I don't. Amaya deserves to be here. She just doesn't deserve to be with these people. I don't know what else to say. She don't deserve to be in this house with these people. And y'all already know that, yes, there are things about Amaya that she could work on. We all have things about ourselves that we could work on. However, she's a pure person, though. Like, she is a pure soul. She is a genuine soul. Like, you don't have to worry about her. That's the thing. And it's like, when it comes to other people in this house, you always got to worry about them. You always got to worry about if they going to do some sly shit behind your back. So that's my thing. Like, that's what it comes down to for me. So let me see. I just wanted to get that out the way. So let's get into this whole Chris and Huda situation. First of all, I gotta laugh because it's, first of all, Black women, I feel like we should stay out of it. I feel like we should stay out of it because non-Black women need to learn that the reason why the sprinkle lady is on social media teaching you how to spot a dusty is because we know how to spot dusties in our own community. It is a Black woman thing. It is Black woman culture. That is why we coined the phrase that y'all love to use, but then you can't identify when a Black man is a dusty. Seriously, like, first of all, it got so bad. I told y'all Chris was a dusty in my last video. I was like, overseas, if you were overseas and you don't have to be in the villa because you could be overseas playing ball, then why are you not overseas playing ball? So let's get into it. I was just like, and then Huda keeps saying real man, real man. I'm just like, you are delusional. I'm like, the only way women cannot see that Chris is a dusty, you have to be young. I hope you're young. I hope you're young. I hope you're not falling for the manipulation of a man feeding you a story and you just eating that shit up. And it's just a story. There are no actions that back it up, just a story. But he's tall, right? And so you're infatuated with his height. You're infatuated with his build, but you're not paying close attention to his actions. Nothing about Chris gives I have my shit together at all. We're talking about Huda, a mother of a 3-year-old. She don't need to be with this bum man. This bum man can only make her a baby mama for a second time. That's it. That is it. That is all. I'm sorry. So this is when Chris, I started looking at him sideways like, oh, you're a manipulator. Chris is like the nice guy that I always warn y'all about on this channel. He is the nice guy that plays nice. He butters you up to make it seem like he's someone that you can trust, someone that you can confide in, but he's going to switch up on you. Now, of course, Chris is not going to switch up on camera because it doesn't serve him. It benefits him to keep playing this nice guy role. Come cry on my shoulder. I'm here for you. Bullshit. And then he's going to switch up on Huda. And he already started working on her through manipulation for the switch up. Did you catch it, ladies? Did you catch it when he was buttering her up for the switch up?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm a little down right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my God. And this is what's so funny about it. Chris mirrors Huda and Huda mirrors Chris. So when he came to her ready to manipulate, what did he do? He played the victim. Oh, I had a dream and I'm a little down about it. Get the get
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm a little down right now. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I had a dream just about basketball, and
Now, did this man say, oh, I don't have to be in the villa? Because didn't the whole cast call him out like, we don't think you genuine? And Shelly peeped it. That's why Shelly was like, oh, you fake. She peeped it. That's why she moved the fuck away from him. All the cast members in the house was like, we don't feel like you genuine. And then he felt like, this is what I be saying, like people who get super defensive and they feel the need to over explain themselves. I'm like, if you being here is just you truly being here for love and all of this stuff, there's nothing to explain. There's nothing to defend. But when you know your intentions are not that, there's a lot to defend. And I got that from him when he was standing up there at the podium talking about something. I don't have to be here. I could be overseas playing ball right now. And I'm like, okay, well, if you could be overseas playing ball right now, then you would be overseas playing ball right now. But let's pull up his stats. Chris, what the hell is this? His stats on average: 3 points a game, 2.4 rebounds. Y'all, I'm sorry. On my average was 20 points a game. So the hell, my assist, I don't know. I think I had like maybe 6. I don't know. I don't know how many rebounds. Sir, this is pathetic. Like, this is not, this is terrible. First of all, I should have considered playing overseas if this is what my average can give. And this is like, this is good. This is not good. This is not good. So I'm in the Facebook group, and you know, the girls over there, they be a little messy over there. They be a little messy. So they was calling him out. 3 points, 2 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 blocks, 0 steals. Like, what the hell is that? This is crazy. Somebody was like, I ain't gonna never knock a hustle, anyone's hustle, but don't try to fool us like we can't see stats. Like, come on. And I think this was a man that posted this. I don't even think this was a woman. I think the girls were just being messy in the comment section. This was a man that posted this. This is embarrassing. Chris, really? You really on TV talking all of this stuff, and this is your stats that could easily be searchable? But I clocked it already. I was like, I didn't need to see his stats. I knew he was full of shit. Listen, ladies, don't be getting impressed just because you see a big black man and he has a nice physical build. Like, do not be impressed by that shit. That's how I was just like, this man ain't got no job. He ain't got no core. He ain't got no place to stay. So how can he be there for you? Listen, the hood arrest needs to just acknowledge the fact that she fumbled the best man in the house, Jeremiah. Oh my God, she can't even hit the man up when she get out the villa. Just how you go from having quality to a homosexual. I'm just so here he goes playing the victim like a Dusty. You know, Dusties always have stories. So he had a dream about basketball.
You know, that's like my passion. It's like every time I'm away from it, I kind of like, whenever I have like a dream like that, kind of makes me think like, do I even want to continue as like an option? That. But I have to.
Do I even want to continue? Chris, you can't continue. Your career is over with. Why are you playing with this girl? Oh my God, y'all. And I just got to be so real with you. If you could not pick up the manipulation when it comes to Chris, you don't need to date. You don't. You don't need to date. You're a danger to yourself and you're a danger to others. You do not need to date. You do not. Because who bought his story? I just want to know who in their right mind really sat up here and bought his story. She fumbled the best man that she was going to get, and it was Jeremiah. I'm sorry. I was just like, oh my God. I was just like, oh my God.
Though, because like I'm starting to get to that age where it's like I want to get into other things, and me going overseas.
I want to get into other things. You mean you have no choice but to get into other things, because it is in fact true that you're in the villa because your basketball career is over with. So this is like your next best thing. Fed her that lie.
This is me being gone from like 6 to 9 months straight, like no coming back, and I can't put any time for real into other things if I'm all the way across the world. You know what I mean? Like. And like just coming to realization, like kind of makes me emotional a little bit.
it kind of makes me emotional a little bit. Like, yo, if I'm the only one seeing the mirroring that he's doing to Huda, that's what I need the girls to understand, right? So let me break this down because I need the girls to get it so you're not out here getting played in these streets by these dusties. So typically, right, usually a man will mirror you, right? But Huda has not the best qualities. So he's mirroring her, but he's mirroring her shadow side because she tends to lead with her shadow side. Now, what is her shadow side? Victimhood. She weaponizes emotions, tears. She's emotionally manipulative. What is Chris choosing to do? Use the very thing that she does against her. And she's not picking that up. She's eating the shit up. And her Huda rats out here are eating the shit up too. Probably because they act like her. This man is manipulating the hell out of her. He ain't got no job. He ain't got no place to stay. He literally said, I live with family. Okay? Now, remember what he previously said when he set her down? Oh, I play ball overseas, but I'm only, in the States for a little while. Then I'm back overseas again. But when I'm in the States, I stay with family. Y'all remember that? And now he's coming back saying, oh, I had a dream about basketball. And, I just don't see myself doing it anymore. Like, it's just bullshit. So basically, he's mirroring what Huda does to other people. And he's using that against her. Karma is a bitch. Karma's a bitch.
I'm trying to hold it all in right now.
You don't have to hold it in.
I don't want to sit here and cry, but
if you need to cry, cry. There's no shame in crying. That's totally valid. I understand. Like, I feel the same way.
Yo, this is crazy. This is so crazy. Woo. Woo-wee. This is crazy.
My daughter and like being away from her. Like,
yeah.
But just know this is kind of like a pause. It's not like the end.
It's just the giving it up part. I think that's the hard part for me.
I don't think.
And listen, there's a little truth to what he's saying, right? Because there has to be a little truth when you lie and you manipulate. So the little bit of truth is, it's just hard seeing myself give it up. He's already in the process of knowing that he has to give that up because he has no future in it anymore. Okay. I mean, after I pulled up those stats, sir, that is pathetic. What the hell was he over there doing? That is ridiculous. Y'all, I used to play ball, y'all. So it just remind me of them like extra tall guys, but be soft as hell. That's what I'm picturing in my mind because I'm looking at the stats and I'm just like, you got to be one of them tall men that are soft as hell on the floor. That's what it reminds me, because I'm just like, ain't no way in hell you that damn big and you average 3 points a game. 3? Come on, I think you could do better than that. So I'm just really thrown off by that. I'm like, that means you really suck. I'm like, that's what it means. You just a big guy. Like, you literally got picked to play overseas because of your size. They was hoping and praying like your size would just be intimidating. That's it. So you rode the bitch to make them look a certain way. That's it. So you average 3 points a game. That's embarrassing.
You don't necessarily give it up, to be honest. I don't. I think you can still pursue multiple things at once. I feel like if you do what you love, you're going to be the happiest person.
And Huda is like, you need to pursue multiple things. You need to be doing your thing overseas, and then you need to get your hands into some other things. And that's not what he wanted to hear, because what he wanted to hear was, oh, well, I support you. Whatever you decide to do, I support you, and da-da-da-da. And that's not what he got. Huda was saying, as she should, as any woman would, especially a woman with a child. Well, you need to, you can do multiple things. Basically telling you, you can multitask because she's a mother. She multitasks. Crazy.
I really don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah, you're right.
Life is so fucking unpredictable.
Yeah, that's true.
He was craving it, wasn't he? Listen, I'm going to be taking calls. Y'all make sure y'all write down what y'all want to say. Just say, I want to talk about this because I know I be talking a lot. But girl, that I was just like, be so freaking for real. Who is really buying that? That's why I'm like, you gotta be young. That's the only way it makes sense to me. Cause that man is dust. Okay. Even this woman, hold on.
And Huda conversation. So I'm going to remind everybody that I'm 39, which means I'm closer to 40 than most of the 20-something year olds watching this show, right? I'm older than all of the girls in the villa. I've done more relationships. I've been married for a really long time. I was married prior, right? Like I have a lot of relationship experience. My job is I'm a therapist. My degree is in marriage and family therapy. So I am listening to and hearing a lot of the nonverbal communication with couples as well. And that's the lens that I'm looking at all of this through, right? Which can be fun, but also exhausting watching this show. But I'm listening to this conversation and I'm hearing Chris position two scenarios for Huda. The first scenario is walk with me. He's talking to her about his passion, how he had this dream and he's just feeling so sad because he just misses basketball so much. He loves it so much, and how he typically, doesn't have time for things outside of the villa to really invest time into things because he is gone for so long, right? And that's the first positioning.
He ain't trying to invest in Huda. He literally buttering her up like, listen, I'm only doing this for the show. Don't think this gonna be something, bigger than what it is outside of this villa. Okay?
He's telling her, I don't have time for a relationship outside of the villa.
Literally.
And he wants to see where she's going to land with that. Now, I'm going to clock for you that I don't actually think that's what he wants, but that's what he's setting it up just in case. He's planting a seed just in case that's the route he decides he's going to take. The next thing that we hear him talking about is like how he might have to retire. He might have to give it up. I might have to give up this thing that I love so much, and he's not really sure what the next steps look like, et cetera, et cetera. And what Huda is supposed to be taking.
Listen, people be like, y'all are mad as fuck. What is there to be mad about? Game is game. What is there to be mad about? You just got to play the game better. That's it. You just got to play it better. What is there to be mad about? This is life. People always come with hidden motives and hidden agendas. What is there to be mad about? Like, I can understand if this situation was Jeremiah. Okay, but this Dusty Chris? Hell no. Listen, and that's what I need a lot of non-black women to understand. Niggas like Chris, we see them niggas every day. They in our family. They eat up our food. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? We seen them in high school. We seen them before. It ain't nothing new. It ain't new to us. The hell? I just don't understand. Like, I can't stand that. Like, what are we talking? What is there to be jealous about? We see these niggas every day.
From that conversation, and that particular part of it is like, he would give up his dream, his passion, this thing he loves so much, right? That he's talking about how he misses so much in order to stay here and invest in this relationship with me. And for someone that is a pick-me,
oof,
which I think all girls are raised to be pick-me's to an extent. You have to learn to not be one.
Oof.
But someone that is a pick-me has embraced it. That is like, honey on your tongue. That's the sweetest thing, right? Imagining that a man would sacrifice for you in that way to be with you because he just wants you so deeply, right? That's what she's supposed to be taking from that moment. And as he's talking about like not really knowing what next steps look like, etc., what he's also setting up is, babe, I would be giving up my passion, this thing that I love so much in order to pursue this relationship because, if I go back overseas, I won't have the time to invest in this relationship.
I just want to take votes. How many women, black women, have heard this same old song? Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard this before. Put a 2 in the chat if you haven't. I don't know how many times we've heard Tyrone talk about his dreams. Seriously. Like, how many times have we heard Tyrone and them talk about their damn dreams and then don't do nothing with it?
Would give that up to be here with you. And so understandably, babe, I'm gonna need you to hold me down while I figure things out, but because he
literally buttering her up like, listen, I need you to be my ride or die. But listen, we probably gonna die because I ain't got shit. So I need you to ride or die with me. I need you to be my ride or die.
So committed to being in this relationship, I want to stay. That man is about to be homeless on his couch. He's about to be eating all the baby's free snacks, okay? And unfortunately, because she's a 20-something with a lot of things going on, and doesn't have anybody older that she is like reaching out to, she can't clock any of that.
That's crazy.
And 20-somethings, this is why it's always beneficial to have 30-something friends. I always had 30-plus friends when I was in my 20s. They just have a level of insight, and they see things differently than you do, and it's really useful.
Which is why I don't know why the girls are arguing with me. I done been there, done that. And the worst thing ever is to be in a relationship with a dusty-ass man that has a pipe dream that he will never be able to reach in his lifetime. That's the worst thing ever. They're mean, they're rude, they're cold, they're not, they're very selfish. And then they'll try to kill your motherfucking dreams. So, Huda girl, get the hell away from him. Because honestly, if I'm being real, Huda would be better off leaving the house by herself. She would. She got 2 million followers on 2 million on Instagram. She got 2+ million on TikTok. She would be winning, leaving as an independent woman. But see, y'all don't see it like that because a lot of you have that pick me mindset. You got to know when you winning standing alone instead of carrying a bum off a show. They ain't got no damn job. Like, that's just common sense. It's common sense. You got to know when you winning, when you standing 10 toes alone. Y'all always think y'all got to have a man standing next to you for you to feel something. Why are you not feeling something standing alone? But you got to have a bum you got to drag with you. Like, that don't even make sense. Dragging you down. Literally. I don't know how many times we've seen this. We've seen this before. Halle Bailey. We've seen this before. The tennis player, Naomi. We've seen this before. We've seen it before. Please change the narrative. We've seen it before. We tired of seeing it. So no, she would be better off leaving the villa alone. She has so much going for herself just by leaving.
So the Huda and Chris standing is actually weird to me because were y'all even listening to that man?
That's what I said. And this is a therapist. She's a therapist. She is certified. Okay, she does this type of work daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. We don't even know how many years she's been doing it. So I'm just saying, like, read in between the lines. Oh my gosh. That man manipulated her in the same way she manipulates other people. So that's why I said karma's a bitch. Okay, let's see. All right. Should I do Taylor next or should I do Shelly? Okay, so did anybody peep the PR with Shelly and Ace? Did anybody peep that? Let me see. Was it this after they saw how America voted?
Genuinely confused. Like, I was surprised to see you at the bottom all those times.
They were so shocked by how America voted.
Surprised to see myself at the bottom at all of those times. And then, I mean, at that point, it wasn't a surprise that we were both at the bottom as a couple.
Ooh, girl, they did not like that. And so then the PR went in full effect. After they had that little sit down, I was like, okay, now it's becoming a lot, right? So then this was PR too. Let me see. Oh, y'all thought I wasn't going to clock this? I was going to clock it. Why not? This is Real Talk with Yoni. We going to clock it. Okay, let me see. Is it... wait, not that one. I'm trying to think. Was it this?
Thank you so much, you Prince Charming, you.
And this is why I'm starting. I told y'all I was already believing the rumors earlier before we even got to this point. But it's like, I definitely believe the rumors now. Because the PR was insane. Like, and then did y'all notice how Shelly started to defend Ace? And I'm like, sis, first of all, sis, we was on your side. Because we understood your position with the whole, he didn't want to close things off when you wanted him to. So you kept things open. Because he kept pushing this, oh, we need to explore. So you wanted to do this tit for tat. And we were taking your side, even though we knew you was in your ego. I knew you was in your ego, but I was going to stand beside you. But I'm like, girl, you in your ego and you playing games. And I'm like, yes, you're teaching the girls how to explore as they should. However, you got to know when to stop playing games, Shelly. So I was gonna stick beside you, right? But then now it's like after you saw how America voted, now it's I gotta defend Ace. I gotta defend Ace. And I'm just like, girl, what in the like just a complete 360. I'm just like, okay.
Because I'm telling you, bitch, I was surprised when I seen that card and I seen his name.
When you read it, I was like, not again.
Like at the end of the day, we said we're open. You did all these grand things for me, which
You see, this was when I was like, okay, Shelly, I understand exactly where you're coming from, right?
I love so much and I really appreciate it. But when you can do all that and in the same breath tell me that you still want to be open, what do you expect me to do?
Exactly.
Which is why I was like, I completely understand where you're coming from, Shelly. Absolutely. But then she just did a major switch up on the girls after she found out how America felt about their relationship. And so she just did a whole switch up. Is it this one? I'm trying to find where Shelly starts to defend Ace. Like she went in overdrive. Like she was defending this man so much. I was like, dang. Hold on, let me see. Is it this one?
Genuinely confused. Like,
hold on. She was like, I was genuinely confused. Hold on. Is it this one? Damn, did I delete it?
most genuine, trustworthy. I was just like, damn, this was your thing? Like, both at the bottom as a couple. I'm looking back at the categories. It was like most genuine, trustworthy. I was just like, damn, this was your thing? Like,
That was what the most important thing was to me, is to make sure you didn't look at me any type of different way.
Ace is like, I'm sorry. I'm just not buying it, but I'll buy it because I support black businesses. I'm gonna buy it. I sure am. I'm eating it up. Eating it up. At the same time, though, like you can't play in my face. Okay. I believe the rumors and what they said about y'all, but I support black businesses because everyone wants to make it. Everyone keeps saying, oh, don't make it about race. Don't make it about race. And the whole time I'm watching viewers make it about race. So I'm going to make it about race. I'm going to make it about race too. And you know what? I'm going to vote for Ace and Shelly. I don't care. I don't care if the rumors are true. I don't care if they really together outside of the village. I don't care. I'm going to make it about race just like I watch everybody else make it about race. And I'm going to make it about race and I'm going to stick beside them. That's what I'm going to do. They black. That's all I did. They black. Okay, I'm voting for them. That's it. That's it. I'm seeing everybody else do it. I'm seeing everybody else create this hive because of race. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna do the same thing then. I'm gonna stick beside them. I don't care. I do not care. I don't care that they are most likely together. I just can't stick beside Taylor though. That's where I draw the line. I just can't. And the reason is because I don't feel like Taylor I don't feel like it's like he's playing the victim with how he went about Olandria. That's just like, I draw the line with that. I cannot stand people who play the victim. So when it comes to Taylor, I'm gonna just draw the line. Clark, it's not you, it's your man. And since you want to stick beside your man, you just gonna have to go on. You just gonna have to go through it with him because I can't vote for that. Like he's still, to me, Taylor has not truly acknowledged where he went wrong with Olandria. So that's my issue. But I'm gonna stick beside Ace and Shelly just because. Like honestly, let me see. Is it this?
they don't know Ace like I know Ace. So I just was actually very
So remember in one of my live streams when I've been reviewing, I don't even know what episode. Remember when Ace was in his green screen doing his little interview and he was like, bring back my Shelly. Bring back my Shelly. And I was like, my Shelly. It was the tone in which he said, my Shelly. And I'm like, oh, they together. They together in real life. Then here comes Shelly exposing herself as well. Where I was like, oh, so you got to defend your man? She was defending her man like she knew this man for a minute. Was I the only one picking that up?
Ace like I know Ace. So I just was actually very surprised. Like I thought he was at the top, if not number one every single time, but apparently not.
And Shelly, where was this energy? Where was this energy? Sister, we have not seen this energy all season, sister. But you see your man get voted down at the bottom, and it's like, oh, let me defend my man. I was actually shocked to see him at the bottom. Honestly, I thought he was gonna be number one. She didn't even say number two. She didn't say number three. She didn't say number four. She said number one. I'm like, Shelly, where this energy been all season? Like, we've been, girl, the switch up was insane. Why is nobody talking about the switch up? But you know what? It's all right. I'm gonna stick beside her. I'm gonna stick beside her. I'm gonna stick beside her. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just bringing it to y'all's attention that you cannot play me like that. But I'm gonna still stick beside you. Okay? Because I've seen enough racism, colorism, the whole mean girl shit. I'm gonna stick beside Shelly and Ace. I sure am. You just gonna have to get upset. You just gonna have to get offended. I'm gonna stick beside them. Because I'm just like, but Shelly, girl, okay, sis, that's your man. Okay, that is your man. I see you, girl. I see you. But I'm still stick beside you, though. Let me see. Let me see. What else did I want to talk about? So, Shelly exposed herself to me with the rumors situation. Ace exposed himself first when he was like, "Bring my Shelly back," and then when she was defending him after the voting, I was like, "Oh, that's your man for real in real life." Okay. So it's interesting. Then when they were sitting at the dock too, the way did she cook breakfast for him? She cooked him breakfast or something like that. And then they like kissed. And I was like, y'all kissed like y'all been together for a minute. It was like the smooch, like we're a couple. We don't have to make out every single time. And I'm just like, okay, y'all are closing the connection. Y'all not having a makeout session. It's giving we together in real life. Like, let me just kiss you. Like, you know what I mean? Did anybody else peep that? I'm really big on body language, and I'm just like, y'all kiss like y'all do this on a regular basis. So I saw that too when they were at the dock and she cooked breakfast. So I'm like, okay, the rumors, I believe it. So let's move on back to Nick Olandria because this is what we all came here for. But before, wait, I forgot. I gotta get into the Huda and I'm hopping around a lot. But I got to get into the Huda and the Shelly situation because a lot of people are going to ask me about that. The whole sit down. First of all, we got to start with this. Did y'all catch how Huda wrote that letter to Pepe about Hannah, but didn't want to tell the villa or her castmates that she's the one that wrote the letter? This is the shit that we be talking about. Do y'all understand why we don't really fuck with her like that? It's because she does things where she throws rocks, she hides her hand, and she can never stand in the shit. Did I not point that out the last time? Did I not say that is the reason why she's not likable? Because we as Black women, we don't even get the chance and the opportunity to hide behind anything. We can't even be mad. We can't even have a disagreement. We can't. We can't hide behind anything. Our skin does not allow us to do that. So it's like she could sit up there and hide behind tears and hide behind the fact that she's passable when it comes to white people. And so she could sit up there and throw rocks, hide her hand, stir up all this drama and then play like a Karen. It's just, it got exhausting after a while. I'm like, we're tired of seeing that. But every Black woman up there, if they had something to say, they sign their damn name. So Huda, why didn't you sign your name? I just don't understand. But then was sitting up here talking about how, oh yeah, I was the one that wrote that. And didn't Chris tried to call out somebody? Was it Shelly? He tried to call out somebody for not signing a name on it or whatever like that. I don't know. And here he is laid up with a woman that didn't sign her name. It's interesting. Person who ever runs as a pussy, I'm just like, damn. It's just, that's the reason why nobody likes her for real. Like, it's the reason why she's not liked over here. It's like, girl, if you're going to say it, then say it. Stand behind what you say and what you do. That's what's not respectable to me. I don't care if what you say and what you do is bad. Just say, if you big and bad enough to do it, if you big and bad enough to say it, stand behind it. That's why I say as a woman, it's hard to respect you. Like if I go out and I do some shit that's bad, I'm going to be like, I did that. Because that's what I decided to do. You can't check me. Like the way Huda hides, she acts like somebody's gonna beat her ass. Do you not understand? When I used to act like her, I was a child and my parents would take out a leather belt, or I would have to go outside and get a switch because, or an extension cord, or a fly swatter, one of the metal ones, and I would have to get my ass whooped. That's how Huda acts when it comes to her own behavior. That's what's not respectable. It's like, girl, ain't nobody whooping your ass like that. Ain't nobody taking out no damn leather belt. Sis, why are you hiding behind the things that you say and the things that you do? Like, I'm not understanding that. It's just not respectable at all. Was it okay, yeah, it was Andreina, and it was because she didn't immediately say that she wrote something. So Huda, I think, was it Huda that, no, Chris called out Andreina for that, but then laid up with Huda the same night, and she expressed how she wrote that letter to Pepe about Hannah and Grayson and all of that. So I'm like, I just, yeah, say what you mean and mean what you say, and that's the only way you're gonna get respect over here. But don't be saying shit and then like you fumbling and bumbling and folding at the knees. It's just not respectable at all. Do you know? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you grown enough to say it, grown enough to do it, just own that shit. I just don't understand who is beating your ass. Is it your mama? I'm confused. Like, literally, when I used to act like that, I would get my ass beat. I would get my ass whooped. Seriously. And then sometimes I would have to go outside and pick my own like tree branch to bring back inside to get my ass whooped with it. That's how she be acting to me sometimes. I'm just like, why are you so afraid? But it's like, you know what it really is? If she was to own up to the things that she does, she couldn't be seen as the victim anymore. That's why she does it. That's why she feels the need to hide whenever she says something or she does something, because then people won't see her as the victim. So she hides what she does. And that's just what is, for me, that's just what's not respectable. I don't care what you do. It could be, some would say, morally wrong. But if you can admit that you did the shit, there is a level of respect that I'm going to give you. It's prime example, right? In Black culture. And yes, it's a Black culture thing. We have people in our community that do criminal activity, right? But there's this rule where we don't snitch. Like, the people that don't snitch are the people that you do the criminal activity with. So if you're out in the community doing criminal activity with other people, right? The rule, the principle is you don't snitch on the people that you decided to do the criminal activity with. I don't think people understand how much we as Black people are big on principle, even when it comes to criminal activity. So if you decide to run out there and do criminal activity with 3 of your friends, you should never rat on the people that you did the criminal activity with. Duh. It's not about right or wrong or like trying to be like this perfect person. It's just like, where is there any type of principle about you at all? Because that's where the respect always comes in. Even if you out here doing criminal activity, is there anything principle about you? And when it comes to Huda, I don't feel like there is. That's why I'm just like, Black people are big on principle. I don't think people understand that about us. Even when we're wrong. Even when we're out here doing things that we're not supposed to do. Like, we are so big on that. Like, you do not want to be called a rat in our community and you was outside doing criminal activity. Now, that does not apply to us regular people that don't do criminal activity in the community, but we're talking about the people that do. It's not about being perfect. It's not about always being morally right. It's just like, is there something that we can respect about you? You know, like, that's what it's about. So let me move on. I'm going to move on to the Huda and Shelly situation. How did y'all feel about, oh, wait. This is when she was trying to get attention. The next morning, she was eating by herself. I'm just like, girl, is it really that serious? She's looking for like sisterhood and she's looking for respect. And I'm like, girl, if you would just own up to the stuff that you do. I just don't understand. That's it. We don't care what you're doing. It's just say you did it. Okay. And then, okay, so the Olandria combo.
Because I am close to you and Shelly. If you're gonna take girl code seriously,
I gotta be so honest with you. I felt like the conversation was fake. You know what it gave? It gave producers talk to Olandria, talk to Shelly, talk to Huda, and said, hey, we need y'all to work this out on camera. And you know what it gave? It gave the silencing of Black women in white spaces. Also, Megan Thee Stallion posted and deleted to her Instagram the behind the scenes of Love Island. And guess who was editing the footage? It was all old, bald white men that were behind the computer screens. The producers, the editors were all old, white, bald men. So that explains a lot. But it really gave that the producers just set them down and was like, hey, and I feel like the reason why Huda is getting so much grace is because of politics right now, which I'm not really mad about because I'm not really against the whole Palestine thing. Like, I'm really not. I'm actually for that. So I'm like, okay, y'all can have that. Y'all can have that. But I just don't understand why we're being demonized in the process. That's the shit that I don't fucking get. And that's the shit that's pissing me off when I watch the show. It's like, we don't have to be demonized in the process of her being given grace. That's what's weird to me. So I get it. I get why they're doing it. I understand fully. And honestly, I'm not really truly against it. It's just like, why are we being in the position of making them look better and making Huda look better when we didn't even do nothing? So we got to sit down here and we have to swallow our truth. We have to block our throat chakra just to play fair, really, when we're being mistreated in the situation, to uphold and to clean up her own mess. And this is oftentimes what Black women deal with in workspaces, any spaces that we have to share with other people. We oftentimes have to swallow our tears. We have to swallow our pride. We have to swallow our dignity to be fair in a situation that we were being mistreated in. That's why I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And so they're basically using Black women to come in and like save the day and clean it up when we didn't even create the mess. But when you have a whole team of producers and editors that are bald white men, I can see why they would put that on the shoulders of Black women. So it's not shocking at all. It's just disgusting. So when I saw this, it just reminded me of being in corporate America, and I have to sit there and apologize to someone that did me wrong, mistreated me, where I was treated unfairly, but I have to apologize because it's politics. That's all this is politics. That's all I'm seeing between Olandria, Huda, Shelly, and Huda. It's just politics. Clean this up because we need to make this look better than what it is. So that's all I got. And it wasn't real. It wasn't to me, it was just fake. It was fake. And the girls, Shelly and Olandria, did what most Black women do. So I'm not gonna hold that against them. If anything, I see you and I understand.
And sisterhood, seriously, why are you moving like that with Chris? Like, why are you kissing him?
The kiss, I don't think I was wrong for that. I deserve to explore a connection too.
100%.
I've been single.
And let me pull this up too, because I talked about this in my last live stream when I was covering. So this is why the producers, to me, regardless of Huda, Shelly, and Olandria, this is to me the producers' fault because they didn't show the full conversation.
So I was like interested in talking to Chris and like pulled him for one chat. I found him attractive. Okay. I have no other options currently, so it's like if Chris is expressing.
So I went back and I pulled this scene. And the reason I went back to watch this scene was because I was trying to see if I was being fair when it comes to Huda exploring Chris. But it's hard to see if I'm being fair because you want me to believe that this conversation that they had between the two of them about Huda exploring Chris, and this was in Casa Amor, you want me to believe that it was 20 seconds long? So I'm thinking when I'm pulling this TikTok video, right? I'm thinking that someone on TikTok edited down this scene, this talk that they had on the show. I kid you not, it's 20 seconds long. You want me to believe that the conversation that they had in Casa Amor was 20 seconds long? That's bullshit. I don't believe that at all. And then the conversation was like very choppy. It was short. And it was just like, oh, girl, like, yeah, you can explore Chris. And I don't believe the conversation really went down like that. I think the conversation probably lasted like, if how long do you think the conversation in real life would have lasted? I would say at least 10 to 15 minutes. So they chopped down probably 10 on average, a 10 to 15 minute conversation into 20 seconds. So the whole time I'm looking at this clip on TikTok, I'm thinking someone on TikTok edited the actual scene. So that's why I missed it. It's the reason why I didn't catch it the first time, was because it happened so quick. It was literally 20 seconds. I was just like, and then you have to also understand context. At the time, Huda was playing the victim. She was partnered with JD. JD told her to her face, "You're too masculine for me. I'm not attracted to that. You like to lead and I like to lead. So this is not going to work." So she came to Shelly as the victim saying, "Well, I don't really have any options. So I feel like my only choice is Chris." And it makes sense because we feel like there's major details missing, because Huda kept saying, "Well, I brought Chris to the villa for you, Shelly. I brought him here for you." But we didn't even see the conversation where she admitted to that. But she keeps openly admitting that that's what she said originally. So I'm just like, okay. Okay. Clearly we're missing context. And we don't know what the conversation, we don't know how it really went. "Oh yeah, you like to be dominant." That's what he said. You like to be dominant. So we don't know what the conversation really looked like and what went down. But at the time, Huda was partnered with JD and she knew that that wasn't going to work. So she came to Shelly as the victim, like, "Whoa, it's me. I don't have any other choices. I have to choose Chris because I don't have any other choices, but I'll bring him back to the villa for you." So, to be fair, I don't know what to think, because 20 seconds, I just don't believe the conversation went down like that in 20 seconds. Come on now. Come on now. Like, that's insane. I just don't believe that. So we don't know how it really went down. It's a very confusing situation. I really don't feel like, if I'm gonna be mad at Huda, then I'm also going to be mad at Olandria, because basically she had to do the same thing, or else she was gonna be eliminated and she would have had to leave the villa. So it's very weird. I don't know why people are picking sides. But I don't think we have all of the details. I will say that, because 20 seconds, I'm like, that's not enough. Then let me see. Let me go back. I don't really care to sit through this whole combo. Was it this one?
Hey girl. Hi.
Because again, I don't think these conversations are the full conversations. I think that, and partially it could be that the issue could be that they're having conversations off camera and then they're forcing the girls to have conversations on camera. I can see that, but there's so much missing from these conversations.
I don't even know where to begin with the conversation. But I will start by saying that I want to come into this conversation with like an open mind, an open heart, because I'm taking into account of a lot of stuff. But my biggest thing is that I feel like I've always given, a lot of respect when it came to our friendship and your feelings and stuff like that.
And again, all Shelly is saying is, what I gave to you, I respected in return. That's it. And the girls are just not listening. Keep saying, "You're being a mean girl. You're being a mean girl." She's literally just saying, if I extended support, respect, love to you in this way, I'm just asking for you to return that. That's it. I just don't understand, why is it so hard for people to understand that that's all she's asking? But see, people don't listen to understand. They listen to respond, or they already have their judgment already called because she's Black. So you're not actually listening to what she's saying. You're judging her because she's Black. You're judging Olandria because she's Black. You're not actually listening to what they're actually saying. And then you overlooked what Ceirra did, which was foul. You dismiss the feelings that Olandria had after she did what she did, which was foul, and then automatically skipped that part and said, oh, Olandria is not a gross girl. Like, she's such a mean girl. How dare you choose Nick when you know you were supposed to have Ceirra's back with that? What? Huh? And then the interest, this is the most frustrating thing to watch as a black woman. It's like, everyone in the house goes to Olandria and Shelly for sound advice, for nurturing, for what else? Just support. All of them. They all run to Shelly and Olandria, but they're mean girls. They're always looking out and advising people when it comes to situations that they find themselves in that they're having a hard time navigating. So who do they run to? They run to Shelly and Olandria. Literally. Even Austin, when Austin was going through it, who did he run to? He went to Olandria. Nick has said on several occasions, it's so easy to talk to you. How is everyone saying Shelly and Olandria are so easy to talk to, but they're mean? Like, make it make sense. And see, black women, partially, it's our fault. We are too open and too giving when it comes to our energy, and we need to take a step back. We really do. We really do. And just because somebody runs, and listen, it's really sounding like you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. Because say Olandria and Shelly set boundaries with the people in the house, then they really would have been seen as mean girls. But they're still being seen as mean girls, even when they stand up for themselves and defend themselves. You got to be okay with being seen as the villain. The switch up was insane. Even the people in the house didn't even understand why Olandria and Shelly were being treated a certain way, because they all go to Shelly and Olandria for sound advice and support. So, and then the whole reason Huda was acting the way that she was acting was because she didn't have the support of Olandria and Shelly, the main supporters in the house. So she felt that. But she didn't care. Huda didn't care if she was getting support from the other girls. She cared about getting the support from the main supporters in the house, which were Olandria and Shelly. So it's just straight BS. And this whole sit down is just BS.
And that whole thing with the Ace thing, like, that already put a bad taste in my mouth, which then made me feel like, you know what, even with this whole Chris.
And the reason why Shelly felt some type of way about Ace is like, I was there for you during the whole Jeremiah situation. Why would you go and sit on my man's lap? Like, what's this? I was literally there. I didn't sit on your man's lap. I didn't sit on your man's lap out of respect for you. But you go and you sit on my man's lap when I was there for you, helping you through your situation when Iris came in the house and you was calling her all type of bitches and shit. I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. Listen, black women, take a step back. Take a step back. Take a step back, because you're giving so much and people are not appreciating it. Like, take a major step back.
Situation. I think one thing that bothered me a lot was like to keep throwing that, but this is for you, this is for you, this is for you. Like, it's not what I want. It's really what you want. It's not only for me. I don't want you to think.
Exactly. And if Huda would have just told Shelly, hey, this is what I want. This is what I want. Then it would have put Shelly in a position to choose between Ace and Chris. If she just would have been honest about it.
Doing this selfishly or in like a sneaky, weird way and whatever. Like, I want you to understand that it's not only for me, but it's for you too. And I knew that you wanted to continue that, connection with Chris, but I also wanted to explore that connection as well. Yes, I expressed to you in the beginning that I had interest in Chris. You were hyping it up then just to turn around in the last hour to be like, well, we've been flirting and earlier we had this great conversation, this and that. So the switch was just too crazy to me for me to process all that in one sitting.
And why is the switch important? Because that comes across as manipulative. So the girls feel like Jeremiah was manipulative, but you can't see how Huda was being manipulative. Make it make sense. A switch is manipulation. Period. That's the quickest way to spot a manipulator, is a switch. So Shelly clocked it. She also clocked it with Chris, because that's another thing. It wasn't just Huda. It was Chris too that she clocked it with. Let me pull up the conversation that they had. Because it's not even that she's just mad at Huda. She's also mad at how Chris just flipped the switch. And he really did. He came in the house. He made it seem like he was all for Shelly. And then he just switched up on her as well. Let me see. And it's just like, sir, like, you are phony and you're fake. And that's probably why people were asking if Chris is even genuine or not. Because it doesn't seem like he is. Hold on, I cannot find it. I could have sworn. Oh, here it is.
Not necessarily hurt, but just like made me think a little bit differently. I'm just like, okay, maybe, you know what, maybe she's upset with me, maybe I did too much, maybe I just need to take a step back. And that's what I kind of did. And then when I saw you just like getting that comfort from Ace, I'm like, okay, this must be her choice without telling me, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, well, maybe let me just focus on what I got, which was Huda, which is Huda. And so I just was starting to move that way.
And all he had to do was have a conversation. If you don't want to be seen as fake, phony, or a manipulator, talk. Like, what is wrong with this generation? I just don't understand. Y'all make moves before y'all recalibrate with people and have a conversation. Like, go back over it with them so then you're not out here looking phony and fake and moving weird. Go have a conversation with them before you just switch up. Because when you just switch up, people are just like, okay, you moving different, but we just had a conversation. So now your actions are not matching your words. So you look phony, you look fake, and you look like a manipulator. Maybe that's not how you're trying to come across, but it's all about what it looks like, because you told this person one thing and then you switched up and you started doing something else. And you started doing the complete opposite of what you told them. So what are people supposed to think when they're discerning you and your behavior? I just don't understand. Go have a conversation. And so now when things get messy, drama gets kicked up. Now everyone wants to have a conversation. And to be honest, I think the only reason why people are sitting down having these conversations is because producers are forcing them to. I don't think any of these people, Chris, Shelly, Olandria, Huda, I don't think any of them really wanted to sit down and have these conversations. But I'm telling you, like, the younger generation, have conversations. Like, seriously, a lot of this shit, it could just be preventable. Like, honestly, if you would just sit and have a conversation. And then when you're out doing things and it may affect another person, consider that before you fully engage. Maybe you should have a conversation first with them, because you know that it's going to affect them in some type of way and you don't want them to feel any type of way. I don't understand a lot of this stuff. To me, y'all, I just feel like it's lack of maturity, it's lack of effective communication, and it's just preventable to me. I just don't understand why these conversations could not have been had before. And if Chris wanted to pursue Huda and Huda wanted to pursue Chris, there's nothing wrong with that. But adults communicate. They communicate.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hearing you and I'm just like, damn, perspective is one hell of a thing, because at the time my feelings did not change. It was just like, okay, it was just a lot at one time. I wish we could have had a conversation at the time about it and, you know, fix it. But I feel like here at this point already, where it's like, I feel like you're growing your connection, I'm growing mine. So it's like,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The younger generation does not know how to socially engage in conversation to clear the air. It's not even to be confrontational. It's just to have a conversation so everyone is on the same page. That's it. So then drama does not start. Drama does not kick up. Okay? There have been times in my grown ass life where I've had to pick up the phone and call somebody I didn't want to talk to, just so that we could get an understanding, just so drama didn't continue or drama didn't start, just so we could clear the air. Because I don't do drama. Like, I'm not about to do drama with you. I got better things to do with my time than to be involved in drama. So I'm going to assert myself, have the conversation that I need to have with them, and then move forward. That's what grown, mature people do. This tit for tat, this I'm avoiding the other person, it's childish. It's very childish. It's very childish. The only time I'm going to say you should ghost is if it's an abusive situation, verbally, mentally, or physically, even spiritually abusive. But if it's not that, which I don't see that that's been the situation here, a talk could have solved a lot. Seriously.
I guess.
Just not necessarily hurt, but
So, Chris, okay, you don't want to pursue Shelly. That's fine. Your reason is cool too. I'm not even, and that's another thing that I want to make known too. I'm not mad at Taylor or Chris for having or for choosing what they feel is best for them. I'm not mad at them about that. It's the way they went about it that matters. There is a respectable way. There is a mature way to go about it. And I hope that they're learning that. It's not that you as a man can't have your choice or you can't make your own choices and decisions that are best for you. But how you go about it and how you handle it determines a lot for me. It would determine if I will respect you as a man in your position when it comes to your choice. But sometimes it's hard to respect when you go about it in this it's like y'all are avoidance or something. Like you're just avoiding instead of just saying, hey, assert yourself as a man and say, hey, this is how I want to move forward. This is how I'm choosing to move forward. It's not a knock to you. I'm just doing what is best for me. A woman cannot argue with you about that, because if you're saying, hey, this is what I'm choosing to do, this has everything to do with me and what I feel is best for me. At that point, it's like, okay, the woman only can respect that, because the only way a woman would ever take offense to that is if she's not doing what's best for her. Maybe she was overextending herself to you and was putting you first and wasn't considering putting herself first and doing what was best for her. That's the only time a woman could ever get upset or get mad. And you got to know what type of woman you're dealing with. And that was the situation with Olandria. She got offended because she was putting Taylor first when she should have been putting herself first. However, Taylor went about it wrong. So that's my whole thing when it comes to this Shelly, Taylor, Clark, situation. It's just like nothing wrong with your choice. Choose what's best for you, because I'm gonna always do what's best for me. And I hope the girls are starting to learn, if you don't start putting yourself first, you're gonna be ass out. You're gonna be ass out. You need to start putting yourself first. Men have, and as women, we get mad at men because I'm telling you, if you would be more selfish, you wouldn't be mad at men all the time. You would. The reason why you get so mad at men is because you put them first majority of the time. And all that anger that you have is really misplaced. And you witnessed that with Olandria. All that anger that she had, it was misplaced because she didn't put herself first. All that anger, she wouldn't have had it. If she would have put herself first and she wouldn't have been putting Taylor first, she wouldn't have had that anger. Are you aware that that's what we all witnessed? Olandria was upset because she kept putting that man first. You got to learn how to put yourself first. And the anger that you have for men will literally go away. Your days will be peaceful. Your days will be joyous. But you keep putting that man first, and that man keeps doing what? Disappointing you. So your days are what? Angry, mad, disappointing. You have the power within yourself as a woman to change that. But the more you keep putting that man first, your days are going to be long. Your days are going to be bitter. Your days are not going to be joyous. And you have the choice to have a joyous day. I have a joyous day every day, because every day is about me. Every day is about me. I wake up every day. It's about me. So let me continue. How do y'all feel about Clark? Do y'all still think she's a mean girl? And listen, the reason why I'm asking, I don't think she's a mean girl. I stand by that. And you want to know why? I finally found out what she reminds me of. Don't laugh. This is not mean girl behavior. I just finally realized like who she reminds me of. Hold on. Y'all remember Mia from Best Man? That's why I was like, Clark is not mean. She just she's awkward she's awkward. She's awkward as hell. But she not mean. And I was waiting on it because the internet was like, she's a mean girl. And I'm like, let me see if she really is. I'll sit back and wait and see. But I told y'all the whole mocking thing. I told y'all I believe producers edited that because it was the way it was chopped. So listen, this is just based off of me being an editor. When it goes from one scene to the next, that's edited. Okay? That's edited. So a lot of people are like, oh, she was mocking Olandria. No. That was chopped up. It was literally 2 scenes. So because I'm an editor, I'm waiting for her to be in the same scene as Olandria. And I was waiting for her to be mean to her. And I didn't see it. So, but yeah, she's awkward. There's been some videos of hers too, old videos of her that have been floating around on social media. And I'm like, she's really like that in real. She's very like awkward. She's very awkward. She's to herself. And it's not a bad thing. I just feel like people they don't understand her. They don't get it. They don't get it. I don't think Clark likes Taylor as much as she's leading on either. I don't think she does either, but hey, we just gonna have to find out. I don't know, it's hard. I think Clark wanted to explore a little more, but she kind of came in late. So, but she doesn't give me mean girl. And I was waiting to see that. Hold on, let me see. Because there was a situation with Clark that I was keeping. She had a conversation with Amaya.
In America, got to see the side of me that I've been trying to show everyone here. I really do hope they get to see that side of you as well, because I see it. Thank you. And I do believe you are a sweet soul. I was just so worried that.
Listen, Amaya connecting with Clark was not what I was expecting, because the internet really was pushing this narrative that she was mean. And I was like, I'm not really seeing that. I'm seeing very shy and awkward, but I'm not seeing mean. And this is the thing. It's like, are y'all noticing how the most genuine people are labeled things that they're not? And it's like the weirdos, like the people that are performers, right? They get labeled cool labels. Like everyone likes them, everyone loves them, but the people that are truly themselves and are genuine get labeled things that they're really not. They're just being themselves. And then the performers are getting likes. It's just crazy.
America would like view me as this crybaby, emotional ass bitch, when that is not me
at all. I was so happy to see you, being understood in the way that you should be.
I'm gonna keep on being me.
Please.
I'm gonna keep being Amaya.
Please.
And like I said a couple of days ago, if I'm not your cup of tea, then bitch,
thank you.
Don't drink it.
I know,
period.
that's right.
Ain't nobody motherfucking begging you to drink peppermint tea, bitch.
I know.
Go drink shy tea. The fuck?
She's a pretty girl. She has a stereotype, but I don't think she's her stereotype. Amaya's not her stereotype either. When she came into the villa, everyone was like, oh my God, she's so beautiful, her pretty eyes. And then because she didn't act a certain way, she didn't act like her stereotype, then people didn't want anything to do with her. And I'm just like, because she's not acting her stereotype? I'm sorry. Let's have a real conversation. If Amaya would have came in acting her stereotype, she would have been liked. Wouldn't she? Like, if she would have acted closed off, uninterested, a bitch, basically, not wearing her heart on her sleeve, more in her ego, less open, oh my God, then everyone would have been all on her. But because she didn't come in that way, she didn't come in as her stereotype, people were just like, oh, I don't like her. Oh my God, I can't stand her. Da, 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 da. She's that. And I'm just like, okay, so what does America want? I don't know. This Love Island show has really shown me a lot. Like, America is very shallow. America is very judgmental. America is very racist, colorist. America is very sexist, biased. America is the women are very naive. American women are very naive when it comes to men, because ain't no way in hell you should be able to get this manipulated. Like, even when it comes to Ceirra throwing that cat, that sexual liberation bullshit played the fuck out of her. I just got to be honest with you. She should have been giving up the cat because the cat wasn't worth giving up. Sorry. Harsh to hear. That sexual liberation shit is playing the hell out of women. Like, he moved on. He was taking that cat and he was like, listen, I'll take this cat, but I'ma still be looking at the other woman. And I want to be with her. And I don't expect cat from her. I don't want cat from her. I like being in her energy. I like having conversations with her. So you doing all of that work. And it's not even necessary when a man actually likes you. So there's a lot that I learned from America when it comes to this reality show. Let me bring in Jessie Woo, because she said it for me too.
Huda's issue with Shelly is that Shelly don't gotta do nothing but just be Shelly.
Is he prepared to go to war? That's a serious question.
Yeah.
Fuck what happened in Casa. Like, nah, I gotta step it up a notch. So, you know what I mean?
not making my life easy.
And let this go for both Shelly and Olandria. And black women, come to the front, sis. We didn't give out no cat. We didn't give out no cat. Even Hannah got played. Cause Hannah, baby, you was giving the cat to Pepe, and Pepe was like, Iris, darling, I've been wanting you since you came here. Ladies, I mean, come on. The girls that didn't give up the cat, they are the ones truly being pursued, wanted, and desired. Are we peeping that? Because I just hope the girls are peeping it. And all they do is, they're just personable. They have personality. So, no. And then they're real. Do you also notice how they're real and men gravitate towards that? Ceirra, I think the reason why Nick didn't really like Ceirra is because she wasn't real. And I think he could feel that phoniness with her. So, it's interesting. And how can you be real if you're manipulating a man with your cat? I be trying to tell the girls, one thing I've learned with age, the less you do, the more men will be attracted to you. I'm telling you, the less you do, if you just focus on yourself and do less, these men literally will come chasing after you. Seriously. The more you do, the worse it is. You got Parker, Nikki Parker. Nikki Parker is a prime example. The more you do, the less they want you. I think there was one episode where Nikki decided, I'm moving on from Professor Overview after she had chased him for years. And in that one little episode, he was looking for her like, where's Nikki? Where's Nikki? Where's Miss Parker? He was looking for her. If y'all would just do less and focus on yourself, you'll just be surprised. The men be thirsty. They be thirsty. So let this be a lesson. Shelly and Olandria are desired. They're not just fetishized. They're not just desired just sexually. Because I think Pepe, he just misses the infatuation and the high that he got from Hannah. But I think he's more emotionally connected to Iris. And I think that's why he's gravitating towards her. But we'll see. Listen, I love Miss Parker too. But she was chasing that man down and that man kept running from her. So let this be a lesson to the girls that the less you do, the better.
I like her. I'm just keep it a buck.
You have to cry.
I know.
You have to manipulate.
Because it's like, okay, you're clearly showing favoritism. I don't like that.
Favoritism?
You have to seduce.
Everybody else is getting all this princess treatment, and I feel like I'm getting the bare minimum.
You have to scheme.
How are you feeling about Chris and Ace?
This is crazy.
They're very different.
So I was like interested in talking to Chris and like hold him for one chat. I find him attractive.
Okay.
I have no other options currently. So
You got to gaslight.
I mean, you gave her 2 pancakes and gave me 1, and they gave her a flower and gave me none.
The pancake and the flower situation, y'all, I was like really shocked by that. And do you see how the girls who do the least get the most? Y'all picking that up too? Cause like Olandria did the least. Ceirra did the most. Did y'all see how when they walked out to the dock, how he was cleaning off? He literally, I don't know how many times we've seen Nick and Ceirra have a conversation at the dock. He was making sure when they went to that dock that it was comfortable, it wasn't wet, it didn't have no dirt on it. I mean, the way Nick was cleaning off the little I don't even know what it was. It was the seating out there by the dock. He was making sure it was perfect for her before she sat down. Do y'all not see how the girls that did the least how they get treated? I was cracking the hell up. I'm like, Nick, you ain't never did that for Ceirra. Oh, crazy.
You know, I apologize for that.
You got a love bomb.
Have a talk. He let me know how serious him and Huda is. That's so funny. And we love and bitch, if you don't fucking quit it right now, thank you. Huda's working on her backbends.
Did I already say cry? You gotta cry. You cry all the time.
Like if I was ugly, would it make it better?
And even with all those tactics, Shelly got 2 pancakes. You got 1. Shelly got flowers. You got none.
So I'm trying to hear you out right now, but I really don't. And it's just like right now it's starting to aggravate me.
Y'all, I'm dead. I'm dead. Shout out to the black girls that keep that cookie locked up. Shout out to the black girls, because they try to make it seem like we the biggest hoes out here, but we already know who the biggest hoes out here. We know who they are. We know who they are. It ain't us. It ain't us. It ain't us. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't care if you get mad, you can get offended, you can get in your feelings. We already know. Because every time it's supposed to show we are the biggest hoes out here. It's always not us. And you want to know why? Culturally, we're not allowed to be the biggest hoes. Our feminism is not protected if we're the biggest hoes. It's just not. We don't get passes for that. I just got to be honest with you. We don't. We don't get passes for being hoes. We don't. We don't have a recovery center when we get done thotting out here in these streets. There's no recovery. That reputation stays with us until the day that we die. Seriously. So we can't even afford to be hoes out here in these streets because it follows us forever. But I've seen girls, was it Bonnie Blue and her friend taking down all of those men? They'll be able to recover from that. Maybe not spiritually and mentally, but reputation wise, they can recover from that. A black woman could never recover from something like that, ever. We don't even have to take on 100 men. We only got to take on 1 man. That's it. And it just get caught on video and someone decides to put it out here on the internet and we get called a hoe. It don't take much for us. So it's just, it is what it is. Let me see. Did y'all see this too? The producers trying to clean it up. I just don't understand why the producers felt the need to do that anyway. So that was weird. But then they wanted to clean it up. Interesting. Black women, this had me dead because she was like, as soon as Chris started talking about his basketball career, we was all like, sir, please stop. Please, 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 please stop. Please stop. Just stop. Also, this situation too with Ceirra. The biggest thing that led into my decision was Nick. I feel like he would have been devastated to see Taylor leave. And then I guess whoever made this, Ceirra, you saw how Olandria was mistreated and you put your man over her, but we're supposed to listen to you talk about being a girl's girl. You lost your points. You lost your marbles. Sorry, gotta go. Lost your points, lost your marbles. Let me see. Oh, did y'all see this? Did y'all see this already? Did I show y'all this already? Did I show y'all this? The internet is undefeated. I don't know who made this. Y'all are so undefeated. I don't know who did that, but y'all are undefeated with that. That's crazy. Okay, let me continue. Let's see. But Jesse was right. I need the girls to understand, just do less. You don't got to do all of that extra stuff. Once you start to do all that extra stuff, the moral of the story is when you do all that extra stuff, that man don't like you. I keep trying to tell the girls, when a man actually likes you, you do way less. Literally, way less. Way less, way less. Like your smell is addictive. Like you over here trying to make your cat addictive when a man actually likes you, your scent. And I'm not exaggerating. Your scent is addictive, but you over here trying to make your cat addictive. He don't like you like that. It's just, it is what it is. You don't got to do all of that. Okay. I wanted to go back to Nicolandria because I wanted to wrap this up. Okay, so to the Nicolandrians, this is for you, sis. Let me see. So they finally had their conversation. Did y'all see this? Each boy will put. And Ceirra was still in the house. She was still in the villa. They just weren't showing her as much.
A wingman or wingwoman to help him with a difficult decision.
My wingwoman is Alandria.
Above each door will be a prompt. Nick.
I just love to see it. I 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 do. I really do. I really do. Especially after Ceirra stood behind Taylor. I sure do. I sure do. I sure do. I love to see it. See, I felt guilty seeing it before, but girl, I feel right at home seeing it now. I feel right at home seeing it now. I felt guilty because I'm like, Ceirra, you cool. Ceirra, you was cool. You was, and then you crossed her, and I'm like, oh, okay. So, all right, that's how you want to play it. Okay, cool. All right. Then, did y'all see this? See, Ace. Hold on. Is it Ace and Shelly? So Ace and Shelly, y'all been team Olandria and Nick this whole time?
Nick is single.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
And you know what? This is why I'm gonna stick beside him. Cause y'all Nick Olandrian fans too. So y'all was low key about it. Because I feel like Ace been holding it in. He been holding it in this whole time. He been holding it in. Now he just can't hide it no more. That's why I'm gonna stick beside him. But just so you aware, Ace and Shelly, y'all gonna come second. Nick and Olandria is gonna come first. That's just how it gotta be. Okay? That's just how it gotta be. But listen, y'all here for it too?
You know what I see happening?
What do you see?
I see, and it's just a thought. I know they kind of had like a thing, so maybe they could rekindle.
That's not like impossible.
Don't count it out.
We shall see though.
Ace is something else. That's why I told y'all Ace gives me villain hero. He gives me villain hero. I don't know why. He just does. He gives me villain hero. I don't get it. So, and that is a real thing. That is a real thing. So this is when I think Ace was peeping it. He peeped it at the challenge.
Andrea Crumb. This is my Nicolandria Crumb.
This was before we saw episode 30. I think this was episode 28. And so the Nicolandrian fans, we had to like go into hiding because Nick and Ceirra got back together, and we gonna stick beside Olandria when it comes to her choice and decision, Nick's choice and decision to not pursue each other. But during this challenge, before Ceirra got kicked off, look at this. So it just reminds me, remember when Nick, when he was so upset after that heart challenge, and I was like, are you upset at Ceirra or are you mad at Olandria and Taylor? Because he was so upset, and I'm like, who are you really mad at? Because they was both on the heart at the same time. So I'm like, who are you really mad at?
I would like to share it so that we can all eat. Okay, so they're pretty far away from each other in this scene when Zach falls. Now, Nick is smiling. He moves closer to Alandria right there. And Zach is about to pick Alandria. I'm trying to help. his face right here.
Look at Ace.
He is not happy about it, okay?
Look at Ace. Ace is an observer. Ace was like, oh, so you picked Zach, you picked Olandria. So he looking like Ace something else. Ace is something else. Ace is something else. So he looking like he already knew what was up. He already knew what was up. I just wonder if Ace and Nick had conversations about Olandria that we never saw because they were buddies. So I just wonder.
And then let me show you the next scene that I haven't seen anybody catch. This is them kissing in the ball pit, and
I feel like only men would be able to really pick this up because men see things differently than what we do. And it's very clear that men get territorial when they start to like someone. And I believe that's why men were able to pick that up because I missed this. I was like, I didn't even see this. How? But I can see a man picking this up because if you start to catch feelings for a woman, you start liking her, you become like very territorial, somewhat jealous. So I'm like, oh, okay. So look at this. This was hilarious.
someone is spraying Zach directly in the face. Look who's doing that. Amaya is out of water. Nick is the only person spraying at this point. Okay, Nick, he has a fucking aim. He has an aim right there. Okay, he is aiming for Zach's face. And guess who's catching it?
Do y'all not? And then look at Taylor's face. Taylor is just like, what is going on? Ace is just so Ace is a Nicolandrian hive. Like he's a part of the Nicolandrian hive, honey. I missed it too. This is hilarious. I was like, I did not see that at all. I did not see it. It was so much going on. I didn't see it. But look at Ace. This is hilarious, y'all. This is funny.
Fucking Ace. Ace peeps that Nick is spraying Zach in the face. Like, why are you doing all that?
And y'all remember, Zach couldn't even enjoy himself. Do y'all remember that? Zach couldn't even enjoy the kiss. He couldn't really enjoy it. I'm dead, y'all. I'm so dead. I would have never thought that Nick was behind why Zach could not enjoy the kiss with Olandria. I am dead.
Why are you so shocked? Is it? Because Ace is catching what we're all catching. There are so many moments when Ace looks at Nick or Olandria and peeps exactly what's going on, but they never talk about it.
This is crazy.
The next crumb. No.
Listen. Okay, so we're all Nicolandrian fans, right? But this is a crumb that we got before they officially coupled, right? Or recoupled. So he's piecing all this together. I'm like, oh, hella missed that. I'm gonna be real with you. I felt like this episode was boring until I came across this TikTok video, this man catching this, and I'm like, wow, I totally missed this.
Notice where Olandria is. Ceirra's behind her. Nick has his hand out. He was looking directly at Olandria. Okay. Look who's looking back at Nick and Ceirra over there. Ace. Once again, I think that Ace has figured out what we've been figuring out.
That's a mess.
This is my Nicolandria crumb.
And you know what's so crazy? This man has consistently reached out for Olandria's hand. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, he keeps reaching out for her hands. He reaches out for her hands even when they're like she doesn't need help. Like he just keeps reaching out for her hands. And I'm like, okay. Then did you see Nick's parents celebrating? Did you not see Nick's family celebrating on TikTok when they recoupled? Girl, even the family is like, yes, oh my God. So they didn't really like Ceirra like that. Oh my God, y'all, Ceirra, when she get her phone and she get a hold of TikTok and everything, she gonna need a support group. And her so-called like social media friends that she was cool with, they literally dropped her after the whole racial slur situation. And so it's just like, oh my God, they were not your real friends. You literally need friends right now, and they are not your real friends. They dropped your ass quick. So her family had to take over her Instagram. Her family put out this statement about the situation. And I actually agreed with the family. You know, let her get some grace, because this is a lot. Girl, your man got stolen, you got kicked off the show, and you have to deal with the racial slur backlash that you're getting on social media. That's a lot. And your friends dropped your ass publicly. Damn. And then you got to see how they end up together. Ugh, girl. And your man told you in the villa that outside the villa, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. So it's just like, ooh, girl, that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm not going to send her nothing. Like, I'm just going to send her well wishes, because that's a lot to go through. All in one setting. That's a lot. So with the family, I'm like, listen, give that girl some grace. I'm still going to keep it real, though. But I'm not gonna press her, like keep attacking her after this review. I'm not talking about her no more, because that's a lot. I don't want nothing to happen to people. I don't take it that far. That's taking it too far. Okay, it's just a reality show. Go outside and touch some grass if it's that serious. Okay, but that is a lot. Not gonna lie, that's a lot for her to go through. So, woo. And yes, I want to be that black woman that's just like, well, what about what Shelly and I do, Olandria? But it's just like, it's an integrity thing. It's like, I can't do people how they do me, even when they do me wrong. It's just one of those situations. I just move the fuck away from them, because I just, you stand over there and I'm gonna stand over here. I just move away. But it's just, yeah, I just get away from them, because clearly that ain't it. So then they have a talk.
I've tried to be here, and like you really made me feel like validated for that and reassured. So I think
He felt validated and he received reassurance. That is like a major slap in the face to all the conversations Ceirra tried to have with that man.
school we get to try it again with like more clarity this time. Right. But I'm gonna be honest, I still get nervous like talking to you.
What? Like what day is it? Seriously.
I swear.
Me?
Yeah, why? I don't know why.
Olandria. And this is why I was trying to tell black women. I was like, stop with that. Black women are not desirable. No. Colorism is real. I feel like I have to say that, because people tried to take what I said in my last video out of context. My last review, when I said this out of context. Colorism is real. Racism is real, right? But sometimes it's literal cultural differences, and we have a misunderstanding. It's not always racism, and it's not always colorism. Colorism definitely is real when it comes to reality TV. I just did not think that that was the situation with Olandria. I don't. I really think that, well, when it comes to the producers in Huda and Shelly, colorism, yes. But when it came to desirability, no. I just felt like she wasn't open. That's it. But the Shelly, the Huda, and the Olandria trio situation, how that all went down, colorism definitely played a major role. Racism played a major role. But when it came to Olandria and her struggle in the villa with the guys, I really felt like it was a self thing. I do. I think it was a self thing. And then when it comes to Taylor, I still think the man's gay. I'm sorry. Even the gays agree with me on this. Like, yeah, we think he is too. So that's just where I stand. It's not to dismiss colorism. Colorism is very real, especially on reality TV, especially reality TV like this. We saw it kick up on social media with the viewers. So we know it's real. But I didn't feel like that was Olandria's experience when it comes to her being desired in the villa. I felt like her experience was just because she wasn't open. And now she's open. So her experience has drastically changed. And I just want to make that a point because some Black women feel like they're not good enough or they're not pretty enough. And the whole time, it's just a switch of being open where you get options. And that's what happened for her. She could have chosen Zach. She could have even chosen Elin. I don't even know why we didn't get to see Olandria and Elin have a little more screen time. So she had options. She could have Zach, Elin, Nick. Pepe literally showed that he's into blonde girls. So that was clear to me. But I just felt like she had way more options than Dusty Taylor. Even Jalen. She didn't even have to go with Jalen. She didn't. She had even more options out of that. So I honestly felt like the girls in the house, they really had pick of the litter. Seriously. Because even Austin gravitated towards Olandria, but it was more so like a friendship thing. So I don't know. I felt like the Black girls in the house really truly had pick of the litter, which was why Huda, a girl that probably gets a lot of attention because of like social media and her thick built and things, she wasn't really understanding why men weren't just gravitating towards her. She got a little bit of taste of that with Jeremiah, but then that quickly died down after she destroyed that from the inside out. And so after that, a lot of men started to like stay clear of her because they didn't want to experience the Huda Hurricane or Hurricane Huda experience. So they kind of stayed away from her. But after that, I just felt like the Black girls in the house really had a lot of choices. So
I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love to keep you on your toes.
Exactly.
It's crazy because for the both of us, none of us.
I just want to know, like, what other woman have we seen in the house get treated like this? I haven't seen any other woman in the house get treated like this. Who got treated the best in the house? Olandria and Shelly. Even when it comes to Ace doing all of that weird stuff, like, I don't know, he was doing the most. Ace was doing the most. So I feel like Olandria and Shelly, and then Olandria started getting treated how she deserved when she let Taylor go. Let that be a lesson. Let that nigga go. But they were treated the best in the house, in my opinion. Always accommodated.
With this being our reality towards the end, I truly feel like we've built the foundation of the friendships and things like that. We don't have to start over with that shit.
Yeah, no.
So I feel like we've gotten the hard part over with, It's kind of like this little game. Like, I'm not going to say little cat and mouse game we've been playing, but it's like...
And a lot of people feel like Shelly got treated better, but I don't see that. I still feel like Olandria, even though she had the worst experience with Taylor, Nick was always there though. Are y'all picking that up? Nick was always there. Every time her crown fell, he was there to lift it back up. Literally. Even when she got eliminated, he picked her crown right back up. Every single time. Even when she almost got eliminated for a second time over Taylor, he was there to pick her back up. So again, who was treated better in the house? I really feel like it was Olandria. It's an unpopular opinion. Like, he was always there to pick her back up.
Basically, right? And it's just like, how the fuck do we keep ending up here? It's like, was this supposed to be the story all along? Like, I'm not against it, but it's really throwing me off because, like, why? The signs were there. Were we just purposely oblivious to it? Out of respect for certain people, it's like, I never pursued you. Right. Especially.
She said, out of respect for other people, I did not want to, or I didn't pursue it. But Ceirra did not have that same respect for her, which is insane. So
as you started to progress within this experience, but
I think vice versa. Like the respect for obviously Taylor and your respect for Ceirra.
Exactly. So. I'm just ready.
And then he said your respect for Ceirra. He did not say my respect for Ceirra and my respect for Taylor. He just simply said my respect for Taylor. Taylor. Did y'all catch that? And it makes me wonder if Nick and Ceirra just had this fake PR relationship to just stay on the show and to win. But he really had real feelings for Olandria, but he couldn't pursue it because she wasn't open to it. But the whole time, they just had this PR relationship to win. That's what it kind of comes across as sometimes, because the way he don't be thinking about Ceirra at all is insane. And I'm just like, was it because Ceirra was always a fake thing that y'all agreed to win? Because it came out that Ceirra had like a Love Island birthday party that her friends threw, and then her friend or friends have been on previous seasons of Love Island. Like, is Nick really the villain when it comes to Ceirra and how their relationship was displayed on screen? Or was it that they had some secret alliance? I wonder, but he actually found something genuine with Olandria. It makes me wonder, because the way he just be like, so, I don't know, he just be so, it's like such an afterthought. It makes me wonder, because there's a lot of stuff that's came out about Ceirra. And did the Nicolandrians, did y'all expose the things on social media? Because why did all of a sudden it just so happened we saw that spark. We saw it, right? And then all of a sudden, all this stuff just starts coming out to get Ceirra off the show. And in the back of my mind, when I was being delusional, right? I was being delusional about Nicolandrian, right? I was like, oh, it would just be so convenient if somehow she just got kicked off or like eliminated or something like that. And then boom, she got eliminated. And I'm like, what are the odds of that? And then what are the odds of this information just hitting the net all of a sudden? So, and I also have another question for the Nicolandrian fans. Was it the producers? Because remember listen, the girls have already told me that there has been no other season where a couple got that choice to couple up or to leave the villa. They never got that choice. So, do you think that the producers of Love Island USA season 7 is wanting the Nicolandrian union just as much as we are? It seems like the producers are a part of the Nicolandrian hive too.
To navigate this new experience with you the right way this time, without all the crazy drama surrounding it. This shit keeps happening for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, it's always Nick and Olandria, and for
I'm just so glad that she is. Yes. Olandria, it's happening for a reason. You're right. You are so right. This is happening for a reason. And listen, did you vote? Because we need to send that message to Olandria. Sis, we need you to understand. Okay? Do not fumble. All right? Do not pull a Huda. All right? We don't need you to fumble. We need you to bring it on home, okay? Cause hell no, that's why I had to vote the way I did. I said, Amaya, I'm sorry, but I don't think the men that you're partnered up with are genuine. I still got love for you. You still number one. Okay. However, when it comes to Love Island, not Friendship Island, I'm like, damn, the possibility of Nick and Olandria actually being a thing is likely again. And the way that it happened, I can still keep my integrity and keep my principles. I'm voting for them. That's how my mind really processed everything. I'm like, well, Ceirra decided to stand behind Taylor. I don't have to lose my integrity. I don't have to lose my principles or anything about myself. So I'm like, okay, cool. Amaya, I don't feel like who you're with really is genuinely in it for you. I think they're in it for themselves. It doesn't mean that you're not that girl. It just means that you're in the wrong environment. So I'm gonna have to take my votes and go with Olandria and Nick. So no hard feelings.
our journey to be almost identical is mind-blowing to me. I can't wrap my head around this situation. Like, maybe it was Nick this whole time.
And you know what I like about their together, their coming together, is that they were friends this entire process. That's what I like. Listen. I think producers are really going to push this Nicolandrian thing, because this will be the best thing that ever came from this season. Everything else was a hot ass damn mess. And this is how I was introduced to the show. Y'all better bring Nicolandrian on out of this show. Because if there ain't a Nicolandrian hashtag, like we want interviews. Because this is how they can save their ass. The producers, seriously, this is how you can save your ass. You better make sure they make it to number one. I don't care if you got to rig the voting system. I don't care. You better do what you got to do because this is the best thing that could ever come out of this season. The only best thing. The only best thing.
Just been still oblivious to it. So now I'm fixated on the situation at hand, and I'm going to give it my all this time, 100%. I don't see why not.
She says she's giving him 100%. Ooh, girl, this girl, this is gonna be interesting. And then they so cheesy. Like, I can't stand the producers. The songs that they choose are so cheesy. I can't stand them. Okay, y'all, I'm ready to take some calls. I think I've covered everything. Hopefully you wrote down what you wanted to say, because I know I did a lot of talking. Oh, hold on.
Because he's always expressed how much he's valued me as a person.
He's always expressed how much he's valued me as a person. So true. We all witnessed that. So maybe the girl is in there. Maybe Olandria knew this whole time, but out of loyalty and respect for Ceirra, she did not want to show how she really felt. Because if she was just so oblivious, because she made it seem the way and it could be the editors too, like the producers and stuff, they made it seem like she was oblivious to Nick this whole time. But then when she came up here and she chose Nick, it was almost like, I haven't been oblivious this whole time. I've been respectful. That was very loud. And that's what I'm saying. Olandria and Shelly are mean girls.
Our bond. He has a crazy, quirky personality.
Did y'all see Ariana? She couldn't hold her. I couldn't either. Cause Ariana was me. Finally. She was like, that was me.
I've loved him from the moment that I've met him. I'm super excited to spend the rest of my days with this person. The boy I would like.
And you know what else I love about this? Do you see how the men are lined up wanting to be chosen by her? Remember when Taylor was up there? Remember that? Remember when Taylor was up there and he was like, all right, well, I'll choose right now. Okay, well, look at Olandria choosing. Do you see how the men were lined up? Don't let that go over your head. Don't let it go over your head.
The boy I would like to couple up with is.
Okay. And Amaya, she chose Brian, but I already talked about that. I don't know how I feel about that. So, what do y'all think? Hold on, let me see. Let me go ahead and take some calls. What do you think? What do you think so far? One thing that I will say, I am a little disappointed that we didn't get the movie night. I am. I wanted a little mess. I wanted to see Ceirra's reaction, and we're not going to get Ceirra's reaction. And I hate that because I wanted to see her reaction. I'm not going to lie. That may be messy of me, but I wanted to see her reaction. I did. So we're not going to get that. Movie night, is it still going to happen? I don't know. But I really wanted to see what her reaction was going to be. Miss Truth Teller, hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Good. What would you like to add to the conversation?
Yeah, so I just wanted to comment on
Hold on.
Olandria. Can you hear me?
Okay, now we're good. We were having there was a little static in the back, but I think
Yeah, I had double videos playing, sorry.
Okay, you're fine. You're good now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to comment on Andrea. Like, I truly believe that
You had static in the back. I don't know what's going on with the static. Hold on. Cause it's bad too. Can you all hear the static in the back in the chat? It may be your headphones. It may be your headphones because it's really loud. Oh, you can. Ooh, I'm sorry to anyone that may have had headphones in because that was pretty loud. Um, let me take someone else. I'm gonna come back. I'm going to take someone else really quick, but try to see if you can fix that, and then I'll bring you back up. Miriam, hello, sis. What would you like to add?
Yesterday was one of the best days.
It was.
One of the best days. First of all, this is all I have to say. People tried to say that they were gonna get Shelly and Olandria out of the villa. Are you
Ooh,
crazy?
yeah.
And now look, they're both very likely to make it to the finals. And
Mm.
that's making my heart very happy. That's all I had to say because they tried to play with them, talking about
Oh,
they some mean girls, that
they
they're evil, that they're this, and I saw the racism too. When
ooh,
I seen that, I said, "Oh, now I don't care what they did. Now they're making it to the finals because I don't
right.
want to play with them." And I hope that you, Yanni, you get to interview them when they come out. I really
Oh,
want to see that as well.
I would love that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that would be amazing. Yeah, let's make that happen, guys. Everyone in the comments, get to their comments, tag Yanni, do all that.
Listen, we love the Nicolandrians over here, okay?
Yep.
They
Okay. Oh,
over.
wait. Let me say something else. Nicolandria, yeah, they got the Swifties involved. Somebody was able to find Alandria posted a story with a Taylor Swift song, and I
Mhm.
saw that Swifties were like who are not even watching the show. They voted for Nick and Alandria. Oh my god, this is amazing.
Shut up.
Yep. Yep.
Ooh, the tea, the tea. Y'all always gag me when you come up here. Thank you so much for telling me that. Because I'm really worried because I'm seeing a lot of people vote for Chris and Huda. And I'm just like, listen, that
No. She has Nicolandria has fans. You
ooh,
know the swirl community don't play, first of
ooh,
all.
I'll grow. I know they don't.
They do not
Okay.
play.
Thank
That's
you.
all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice one. Ooh, I was not expecting that. Okay, truth teller, you're back. Hopefully the static is gone. Let's test it out. But you're mute. Oh wait, you muted yourself. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, sis.
Okay, I'm so sorry. So
No, you're fine.
technology, right?
I,
Um, so I just wanted to comment on Olandria being a little oblivious that Nick liked her. If
mhm.
you ever notice that every time he compliments her, she looks shocked. Like she's always like, "Oh my God, stop saying that. Oh, you don't mean that." I really think the issue was that she didn't believe that he really liked her that much.
Mm,
And I also think I really don't think she got it. I know it was easy for everybody else to see it
I
and like the
I get where
world.
you're coming from, but it's still so shocking because for us, maybe it's the way
Mhm.
it was edited, but for us it's like, how could you not see it? But I've also been on the receiving end of not being aware when a man is into me.
Mhm.
So I kind of
I mean,
understand why you're saying that. I can see that point of view though, but I never thought about it like that.
yeah, and you know what? I'll be honest with you because like I'm a black woman too.
Mhm.
I sometimes like the social programming is just like running in your head about who is supposed to like you and who isn't.
Ooh.
And so if she spent a lot of time in the black community, it might be a possibility that she doesn't think that men who are not black would like her. Because I know I thought that at one point, and I didn't even like no one ever told me. I think I just like thought it in my brain.
Mhm.
Um, and then I had to unpack that later on in my life. So I wouldn't be surprised, depending on who she spends around a lot of time around,
Mhm.
that maybe somewhere along the line somebody convinced her that, like, oh, a white man like that wouldn't like you. And so that means that
Mhm.
if she gets anything from him showing that, she wouldn't believe it because subconsciously she doesn't believe it.
Mm. Okay. Well, first, before I let you go though, because I know how I unpacked it. Honestly, it had a lot to do with like social programming. It had a lot to do with letting go of the loyalty when it comes to men of our own culture. But how did you really unpack that and move past that? Like how did you do that? I just want to
Yeah, that's
hear
a
your
great
point of view
question.
for other black
Uh,
women that may be struggling with that.
Yeah, that's a great question. I unpacked it because so I had a similar kind of situation where um like I grew up around mostly black people, but then as I went to college and then I moved around and traveled, I just started being around more people of different races. And then
Mhm.
as that was happening, I noticed that men of other races were like hitting on me a lot more. And so I would just turn
Mhm.
them down because I just was uncomfortable with it. And then
Mhm.
I had actually had a friend like ask me like, well, why did you turn him down? And honestly, that thought like stuck with me for years, by the way. It took me years to unpack this. So that thought really stuck with me. And then I had to start asking myself all these questions. Well, why did you turn him down? Why did you like you think he's attractive? Because sometimes I wouldn't think that they were attractive too. I'm like, he's really attractive, or I really enjoy
Mhm.
talking to him, but I
Mhm.
turned him down anyway. And so it took me kind of like asking myself these series of questions. And I finally kind of landed on the fact that like I had some subconscious beliefs that I wasn't supposed to be talking to him and he wasn't supposed to be talking to me. It was like he is not a black man. The only
Mhm.
people that will ever want to date me would be a black man.
Mhm.
And I just like I had to it really took me asking the question of why I was turning somebody down. And that was like the starting point. And the more I asked that question, the more I kind of got to the root of where it was coming from. Cause I was just like afraid. I thought it was like weird. I thought like maybe he didn't have good intentions with me, or maybe he's joking. Like I had to really
Mhm.
go through like a whole long list of things, but I just really had to keep asking myself more and more questions, and I finally got to the bottom of it.
So you believe that it was just an outdated belief system that you subconsciously had within yourself and you had to move past that?
For sure, yeah. And it wasn't because nobody told me, right? Like
Right.
nobody came up to me and said it to me.
Right.
It's just that it's what I saw.
Right.
So like I grew up in a community, like I grew up in a predominantly black community. And so I never saw black women with anybody else. I always heard black women only talk about wanting to be with black men and how they wanted a strong black man. That's the only thing I've ever heard. And then when I left outside of the community, I never saw black women with anybody else. So even if I was outside the community, I would see black men with other people, but I wouldn't see
Right.
black women with anyone else. So it was like a programming in my brain that like this doesn't happen,
Right. Right.
and nobody told me that.
Right. I agree. I agree. Thank you so much for sharing that. I hope that helps anyone that may be tuning in that needed to hear that, because a lot of black women don't know how to process that. It's a lot to unpack, but thank you for sharing how you did that.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Aquarius Jones. Hello, sis. What would you like to add to the combo?
Hi, Yoni. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Sunday. Is today Sunday or Monday? I don't
Monday.
even know. I'm so excited over Nicolandria. I'm just excited. Um, oh, but I really wanted to have your take on this because I don't know if you've seen this on TikTok or not,
Ooh.
but a couple of women, not a lot, have been saying that they believed Ciara was dabbling in sex magic.
Ooh.
And that's why when she and Nick were together, he didn't look himself and he seemed dull and gray. Like one girl was like, you don't see his complexion. It's no longer
Yeah.
glowy. It's dull. It's gray. His hair looks even dry. His eyes are also not really like vibrant anymore. And I just really wanted your take on that. Like if you believe that if that's what she was doing, or it's just, people are trying to make excuses for Nick.
Ooh, girl, I just talked about this in my Discord because I had um a member of mine ask me about casual sex. And this is not religious. This is just based off of my spiritual journey. What a lot of people don't understand is that when you partake in casual sex, it is a ritual. It is a way to bind yourself to another person. So, religiously, though, in the Bible, when you sleep with someone sexually, the reason why they push for you to do it through marriage and only through marriage is because, well, it's a covenant that was created by God. But when you do it outside of marriage, then you really are participating in a ritual, sex magic. So I can actually see that point of view. I can see that. Honestly, if it would have been told to me this way, I probably would not have participated in casual sex because I would have had more understanding of what I was participating in. So a lot of women don't really acknowledge that that's what it is. And if you notice, when women expose themselves sexually in this way, they tend to struggle spiritually. And we've heard stories like from Jane Doe when it comes to P. Diddy, Bonnie Blue, and I think the other woman that she's really like really good close friends with that does similar work where they do these antics to get engagement on social media when it comes to how many men they can sleep with. They tend to struggle spiritually as well. And so I can see that. I mean, when you're opening yourself up, your womb is a portal and it has the ability to create, not only create life, but also create other things too. So when you participate in that, it's just something that you have to think about. And I think Ceirra, just the way that she talks, she has like an esoteric mindset. So I can see her like maybe doing things like reciting affirmations, like if she were to affirm certain things while they're participating, I can see her binding Nick to her in a under in the sexual space. I'll just say that, and using her
Hmm.
to her advantage. So she gives me that she has the ability to do that. So I can see it.
I only like the only reason why I didn't really see, because when you're watching the show, you're just so like,
Mhm.
I don't know, you're watching it, but you're also like not dissecting it until like you take a step back and you see it from other people's viewpoints.
Mhm.
And then somebody was saying the male challenge when people were like technically I see it as they were complaining like you guys are engaging in this activity like disrespectfully, like it's a lot, and we're all sleeping in the same room with each other.
Yeah.
They were like, Ceirra didn't even care. She's like, oh, we have something to celebrate. And it's like, girl, like, what do you mean? I feel like it took me when somebody was saying it on TikTok, I was like, it could be the people in the room. I'm like, oh, she's harvesting their energy and she's
That's
making it
possible.
known like, this is what I'm doing and you're my audience and I want y'all to know. And I feel like it was her way of claiming her territory as well,
That's
like showing Olandria like, this he's mine and you can't have him because look what we're doing every night."
I started noticing a similarity between Huda and Sierra. Huda put the hickeys on Jeremiah's neck, and then Sierra started sleeping with Nick, and it was very similar energy. Some say Jezebel's spirit. I mean, whatever you want to call it, they share very similar energy. I don't think the girls were picking up on that, but they had like a similar energetic frequency that I was able to pick up on. And oftentimes what we saw happen to Nick typically happens to women. So we'll see a man come in and harvest off of a woman's energy, but Sierra decided to do that herself. And every time um Nick would come and like talk about like the sexual act that they participated in, it was always like, okay, it was kind of like a lackluster. It didn't seem like he was really excited about it, but it didn't seem like he was really mad about it. It was kind of like, eh, you know,
Yeah, I got it right, like she's giving it to me, so yeah,
it,
okay, thank, like I don't know, yeah, he seemed like, I don't know,
and
uninterested but interested at the same time, I don't know.
I can see where people are getting the sex magic from because again, the easiest way to spot it is when men are attached to you, but they're not into you. So that's one way
Right.
to see the girls picking up on the sex magic because he's like he's with her, but it don't seem like he want to be there.
Right, and that was another thing that I wanted to pivot off of, and then I would go down. But it was also a lot of people were like, "Oh, Nick is fake. He's a snake. He can't be trusted because he was locked in with Ceirra, and then she left. Why didn't he leave with her?" You could say the same thing. Okay, why didn't Huda leave with Jeremiah if she was so locked in and she loved him so much and was
Or
giving him hickeys and crashing out for him? Why
or
did
Pepe.
Iris leave with TJ?
Yeah.
Like Iris was literally crying her eyes out like she was about to go to his wake. Like,
Yeah.
so the same thing you guys can say about Nick, you can say about literally every other contestant who had a
Let's,
strong
let's go
bond
down the
and
line.
they left.
Let's just go down the line. We can start with Hannah and Pepe. We can start with Hannah and Charlie. We could do Iris and TJ. We could do Pepe and Hannah. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. So
Right.
to do
So
Huda
I was like, when
Andrea,
people are doing this unrealistic standard for Nick, and it's like everybody's allowed to their
we
opinion,
all know why
obviously,
that
but
is. It's because he attached to a black woman. So we already know.
right. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, and then they're calling everybody saying, oh, how could Olandria? Now they're throwing the girl's girl back in Olandria's face. And it's like, Olandria never made the code for girl's girl to begin with. So it's
But
like,
no,
what are y'all talking about?
how we gonna skip the girl code that was supposed to happen the night Taylor was supposed to take his ass home? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Right. And I feel like they're no one is saying that. Like, it's like, okay, but Ceirra was the one who was supposed to like stand by the code. Why didn't she stand behind Andrina?
See,
Why,
Eric,
first of all,
no,
why didn't she stand behind her best friend? She was calling Iris her best friend. Why didn't you stand behind your best friend?
girl, I told y'all that girl was fake and phony. I told y'all that in the last review. I was like, that girl is phony. I'm peeping how phony she is. She's very inconsistent, and she's always aware of the camera too. That's another thing that I noticed. It's like she's aware of the camera to the point where she's ready to pout her lips and she's ready for the camera. So I'm just like, I peeped her a minute ago. I'm just like, when she crossed Olandria, when she stood behind Taylor, honestly, I was shocked because I was like, really? But then at the same time, I wasn't.
I just want to say one last thing. I also like, did you peep how this last episode, her gone? It could be me being crazy, but don't you feel like everybody feels like it's lighter? Like they seem so lighthearted. Ace with him helping Taylor, he's running around.
Girl,
I
I
was
peeped.
like, is this who they were? Was it just Ceirra who was bumming everybody out? I was
Ooh, let me
like,
throw a wrench. Let me throw a wrench. Catch it. You ready? Catch it.
yeah,
Was Sierra the problem the whole time? Was she the one that was causing issues with Shelly, Huda, and Olandria?
I think so.
Eh,
She gives me very calculated. Like this
ooh,
is how you. Okay, so when you
because she was
see
playing both
when
sides. Remember, she was buddy buddy with
yes,
yeah, and then
because if you see how she talks, remember how all these things, right? She would be like, she was on Olandria's side, like, how dare Taylor do this? How dare he do that to you? Yeah, you had every right to go off on him. And then the very next day, you stand behind him.
yeah,
And I feel like she did that to Huda too. Like she was saying, "No, Huda, you're not wrong. Yeah, you did it." And then the next day, and so I believe that she was the person who was very much in people's ear,
yeah,
going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
and she crossed Iris as well.
Right.
So it was a double whammy. And so I'm like, who are you in the house for? If you're not a girl's girl, you're not gonna stand with Olandria, you're not standing with Iris, then you in the house for yourself.
And she used Nick as an excuse, and it's like you didn't need an excuse
But
before that to vote out other people when they were trying to vote out Huda. You didn't need Nick wasn't giving you Nick wanted Huda gone.
but
And
listen,
you stood behind Huda.
it makes sense why she would have this mindset because she's friends with girls who have been on previous seasons of Love Island.
Mm. When people said that, I was very like, okay. And then they said her birthday party was a Love Island themed birthday party too. And I was like, yeah, this was.
Yep.
Now I don't know if maybe she came on there saying she's probably not gonna find nobody been genuine and she's just gonna play the game to play it. But I feel like she really actually liked Nick because if you're just gonna play the game to play it, you're not gonna be throwing out your cootie cat like that to this a random stranger.
Well,
I feel
she
like
she
that's
said she has
too
the
much.
hottest man in the house, and every time there's a new bombshell that enters the house, she feels threatened. She literally said that.
Hmm. But thank you, Yanni. I was like, I think I'm gonna go to a watch party this Sunday because I'm like, I feel like all the watch parties are so much fun.
I know
I'm
that.
gonna go. I have nobody else who watches the show with me.
Oh, you
I'm the only
don't?
one.
Oh my God,
Nobody
that's
else watches the
awful.
show. No, I'm the only one. So I was like, I only have online to like feed into my Nicolandria dreams. Oh, I also wanted to say I'm still gonna vote for Ace and Shelly only because of this. I feel like for the basis of the show, they've had the strongest and long lasting connection from the very beginning.
That is true.
Like, even though Ace has explored and Shelly has too, he never strayed too far from Shelly. He
That's
never was like, yeah, I don't care about Shelly anymore. He would just say, I want to explore. And then he always came back to Shelly. Like,
but
Shelly
I
has
just
never
want to
had to face
say
being eliminated. Huh?
I just want to say that I think they're together in real life, and Olandria and Nick are not. And I want them to be together in real life. So I'm just like, I'm voting for Olandria and Nick. That's the reason. That is the only reason. I believe Shelly and they sleep together. Did you see how they were sleeping in bed together?
Right. They
They
seem like an old married couple. Like,
I,
even when he was bringing her breakfast, even after he was upset with her, he
and
still brought her breakfast and flowers the next day.
And even if Nick and Olandria come first, Shelly and Ace are still gonna be a part. Like they're still gonna have endorsement deals and things.
Right.
So I'm going for Nick and Olandria, and I also want Olandria to feel special. So
Right.
that's another reason too. It's like I want her to understand that you are that girl, and I need you to see that. And I feel like my vote will help her see that more. So that's kind of how
I
I'm
just,
going about it.
right. And I just, watching this season, it just showed me like, you need a man who's gonna do like what Nick has been doing. Like, you're not asking for enough. Like, you literally deserve more than anything. Because
Facts.
I know a lot of people want to see it as fake and everything like that, but I just see it as the relationships that you have been in and what men have done for you. You can see that if a man really wants to, he will do it for you.
Yeah,
It's not about it being fake and ingenuous. I feel like he's being very genuine when it comes to Olandria.
cause he licking her.
But
And I've never seen that.
right.
That's crazy.
thank thank you, Yanni. Have a good day.
You two, y'all are hilarious. That sucks. You don't have anyone to watch it with. That sucks. Hold on, let me go. Joan, Joan, are you there? Oh, maybe I took too long. Joan, can y'all get the likes up? Like we're only how many likes do we have? We only have 286 likes. We have 700 and some people watching. Can y'all get the likes up, please? Please get the likes up. Uh,
Hello?
yes, Joan.
Oh my
So
God, I can't believe it. Okay, so I just wanted to share something that I am so happy didn't happen this season.
ooh.
I briefly watched the previous season, and I think that's the one where, what's her name, Serena, or was it Jaina? It was a black couple that won, right?
Mhm.
I didn't really go into depth of that season, but one thing that I love that happened this season that none of the black girls were like, doing the do on TV. I just think that's so tacky. Like,
Oh, I hate to see it.
oh,
And
when
it's not even just black girls. It's just women in general. Like it's because we see how men benefit while not giving anything emotionally. Like they
right?
don't emotionally invest, but the woman is investing her body, which puts her at risk, especially in the climate when it comes to politics today. It's like at least have the man emotionally invest before you physically invest your body and you're putting yourself at risk.
Yeah. Like, I just remember watching those episodes and thinking to myself, this sucks for women because, yeah, um, whatever you guys are getting, you're doing. But with men, that doesn't stick with them. Like once the
At
show
all.
is over, no one's talking about how Jeremiah was on TV, But when once Huda gets out, it's gonna be a topic of conversation. Same thing with Sierra. So I'm just glad that none of the black girls were caught in that predicament. And then also, as far as Nicolandria, I do think it's quite interesting how they came together, though I don't really like Nick for Alandria, like in the grand scheme of relationship. He just seems a little bit, she
Yeah.
can do so much better than that. Like, if we're talking about just the villa, of course it's cute, Nicolandria, yada, yada, yada. But like in real life, like if she's trying to like settle down, be
What I
married and all that.
This is my first
Mm.
season. This is my first season watching Love Island. What do the couples look like outside of the villa? Because I don't like judging too harshly. Like even when it comes to Sierra, Huda, all the people in the villa, they're playing a game. And
Mm-hmm.
so even with me having my opinions, I'm still leaving room for the idea that this is a game. But in previous seasons, how do these couples act outside of the villa? Because I've never seen that before.
I don't really know actually what, because it's just the previous season that I watched, and then I know with like Love Island UK there was that one couple, I think her name's Molly May, they only got engaged, and then I don't know if they like made it down the aisle, so I don't really know. And then also there's like people keep saying this is a game. I don't know, I'm still confused whether this is like a game or if people actually go there to find their forever. So
It seems more like a game. I feel like, and maybe it's because I've watched Love is Blind. There are no games. Like, but when it comes to this, when you have challenges and you have to see your partner date or interact with other people and things like that, it comes across more like a game. So that's why I'm just like, with me having the opinions I have, which are very strong, but I still leave room for the nuance of, okay, this is not traditional at all. Like, this, nothing about this is traditional. Seeing orgies and people like swapping partners and kissing the next person, kissing it, like none of this is normal. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, make sense of how do these people act outside of the villa. I think that's what's going to determine whether or not who these people really are. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah.
And I think that's why the hammer came down on Yelisa. I think that's why the hammer came down on Ceirra, is because we were able to see who they were outside of the villa. Like,
Mm.
their character is just not the best. So that's what it is for me. Like, I just want to see like what they would be like outside of the villa. For me to be like, oh, you're a horrible person, I kind of need to see like how they are outside of the villa, how they act outside of the villa, how Nick treats Olandria outside of the villa. I just want to see more of that. But that's why I kind of wanted to know in previous seasons, like how were the girls treated once they left? Because I know how it is with Love is Blind. That sometimes they stay married and sometimes they don't. Sometimes their partners cheat on them, and then sometimes their partners don't. Like, it just really depends. So I'm just interested in what that looks.
Somebody said Serena and Cordell. See, I don't know who that is, but somebody said Love Island is Diddy Island. I don't know.
That's funny.
So, did you watch any of the previous seasons?
So the previous season I only watched I started watching it the week of the finale, so then it kind of got like boring because then I already knew from Twitter who won, so then I didn't like go all the way. So this is my first time watching the full season. But yeah, I'm just really happy that like none of the black girls were on TV doing the do that. That just like grinds my gears. Like mm, I don't know.
It would feed into a stereotype that's just not true. So I agree with that.
Yeah.
I
And then
agree.
also, did anyone notice how when they did the standing on business challenge,
Mhm.
someone wrote something about Sierra and Nick being loud, and then that person didn't out themselves, but I think it was Jaden because the look she gave Sierra when Sierra was explaining, she gave it such a
I,
nasty, nasty look.
Jay
So
gave Sierra a nasty look, or Sierra gave Jade a nasty look?
Jaden gave Sierra a nasty look because Sierra was like, "Oh well, we were just celebrating," and
Oh,
Jaden was just looking at her like, "Girl, are you serious?"
uh,
Yeah.
I wonder if she talks about that in interviews. I can't wait for them to get out the villa so we can get interviews. I
Yeah,
just want to see their
yeah,
interviews. I'm really excited about that because I feel like that's where we're gonna get the real truth outside of these edits that we're seeing. That's what I'm waiting on.
true, true. Because they're in there like all day, and we only get like 1 hour of footage.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to see the real, and I feel like we're not seeing the real. We're seeing the edited. So I don't know. I'm excited. This is my first time watching Love Island. I don't know how things are done, but I have seen couples make it outside in the real world, outside of reality TV, and then I've seen a complete disaster. So I don't even know. It just really depends. But it's hard to
Yeah,
tell because these challenges really kind of throw you off because we know this is not real life. So what does real life look for them when they are in a relationship? So I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But thank you so much for coming up here and sharing your thoughts and your.
yeah. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye bye. Ivy. Ivy, are you there? Oh.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Yanni?
What would
So
you
nice
like
to
to
see
add?
you.
Thank you. What would you like to add? Do you think that I don't know, is this your first time watching Love Island?
And no, it's my second time.
Oh,
I
it's your
watched when Odell and the other black girl, the black couple, won.
Would you be able to answer questions about how couples are outside of the villa?
Yeah, I will not say that I'm an expert in that field, but I would like to say that my theory is when I look at the couples when they are not in the villa,
Mhm.
is that many couples stay together because of the brands that approach them, but it's also a story time when they stay together because everyone is so immersed in their stories and they're happy for them. They want to see love, love, love. But
Mhm.
some of these couples are actually not genuine. They are just getting together and staying together for the public.
And I can see that
That's
because
what I believe.
When I watch Love Is Blind, it's very similar. So it's sounding like it's very similar. It's kind of toss of the hat. Like we don't know what it's gonna be when they get out the villa. We'll just have to see if it's real or not once they get out.
But yes, but also I think when they come out as couples from the villa, it
Mhm.
is quite difficult to stay together because these people end up in club scenes, party scenes. So it's so many people they meet
Mhm.
who look good, who are interesting,
Mhm.
people from other, other shows who are in the industry. So it gets hard to for those couples who want to make it outside to make it because it's too many eyes, too many candy to look at once
True.
they get famous.
True.
And the guys, I think, they are the weak ones that don't hold it together.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, that's what I believe. The girls, I do believe they are more loyal. When they are in love with you, once
Oh,
you have slept with them, they're like, ooh, boo, 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 you are my guy, you are my everything. They get delusional quite quickly.
yes.
However, the men, they know what they want and they will go after what they want. So many of these women, I believe, they are cheated on like right and left by the men. However, they stay
Oh.
because of the public, but also because they are delusional.
Oh. And this what you wanted to add, or did you wanted to add something else? I know I just had that question, but it was just off the top of my head.
I just wanted to add that I like the Nick and Olandria together. However, I do believe Nick was a coward
That's real, but
because
can you explain? Listen, these unpopular opinions. Let's go. Like, can you explain why you feel that way? What is tea?
if you are a man, a mature guy, you
Mhm.
go after what you want. You don't beat around the bushes. But however, I do believe Nick was a coward because he knew the consequences of not being a coward, of actually not showing the public that he didn't want to ruin his image and he didn't want the public and the villa to hate him if he went after Olandria.
Do you think that's why Ace was so shocked?
I do believe so that people were shocked because they knew he could not go after Olandria because the villa would hate him, the public would hate him because he's been in relations under the sheets with Ceirra twice. So
True.
that means once you have relations, that means you're more of closed off.
That's so true.
That's more serious. However, if he went after Olandria after having relations on his own behalf, he would have been hated by the public and the villa.
That's so true.
And Ceirra would sit there crying, "Oh my God, what a bad
Uh,
guy!" Blah
that's
blah
so
blah.
that is so true.
Yeah, everyone would buy it. Sympathies would be like coming from the public. Oh, Nicky is a bad guy. How can he have relations with this girl and then dump her? Why did he say this to her earlier? It would be a mess.
And you can't trust men because Olandria could be in the position of Sierra, you know? So the roles could
Yes.
reverse. That is so true. I really didn't think about it like that, but that's true. I agree with that. I do.
It is strategic from Nick's side to play it safe, to stay with
Mhm.
Sierra, even though he looks miserable.
Oh,
Each time they are talking, it's Sierra telling him, I like you, I want this way. And then he's like,
right.
looking at her like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just he looks so miserable. That's how I was just like,
Yes,
Kind of scary how he can put on that act. I don't, but I wonder if it was PR to stay on the show. So I
it
do.
was PR on his behalf.
I believe so too. So
Because I mean, I would have done the same thing if I was Nick.
right, to stay on the show, but then I wonder, it seems like because he couldn't pursue the woman that he wanted because he was respecting Olandria's boundaries, that he ended up just playing this PR relationship with Ceirra. That's what it seems like because
Exactly.
he wanted Olandria day one, the first challenge, before Ceirra even got in the villa, but Olandria was closed off to Taylor. She was closed off to Taylor very fast. So I think that was part of the problem as well, is that
Yes.
he probably didn't feel like he really had a chance. And then he became close friends with Taylor and then became
Yes.
really good friends with Olandria, and he had a lot of respect for her. So he kind of just played it safe with
Yeah.
Ceirra, it seems like.
I do believe he had more respect for Taylor
Yeah.
because he was best friends with Taylor before he was matching to Olandria, because Olandria had a relationship with Taylor and she was so into, all the time she was talking about Taylor. So it was hard for Nick to get some air. So I could not blame him to not pursue Olandria in the beginning, because Taylor was always in Olandria's head. So he couldn't.
Yeah.
He did not have a chance with Olandria in the beginning because
That's true.
all Olandria could talk about was, oh, my Taylor, oh my God,
And
my
that's
Taylor.
like this is another thing too. I see women saying, "Oh, Taylor's for the streets, Nick is for the streets, Ace is for the streets." Ladies, you're supposed to be for the streets on the show. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
You're supposed to be born. And that's the thing that's kind of frustrating. It's like women get mad at men, and you're
Hmm.
in this space where you're supposed to be for the streets. You're not supposed to be settled down. You're not supposed to be all of that. You're supposed to be weighing out your options. And then you later settle down and you come out of the streets. And it's like the women, to me, they didn't get that concept in the show, except for Shelly. Shelly was in
Mm.
the streets to the point where I was
Exactly.
like, girl, it's time for you to stop. Like, it's time for you to reel it in now. And that's what I was saying. I'm like, okay, cool, Shelly. You was for the streets. Now it's time for you to retire. And it was like Shelly was like, I'm not retiring because Ace, he didn't want to close things off with me. And I'm not hanging up anything. And I'm like, girl. And so Olivia, she came in the house. She was Taylor. Sierra came in the house. She settled for Nick. Huda came in the house. She settled for Jeremiah. The girls were so
Mhm.
settled. Even Hannah settled for
Mm.
Pepe. All of the women were settling. And then you're getting mad that the men are for the streets when the whole point of this experience and experiment is to be for the streets
Mm.
so that you can later settle down. So I
Exactly. Compare.
about that. I'm confused about
I agree.
I
However, I have an unpopular opinion about Shelly
ooh, okay.
and Ace. Ace is not for Shelly.
And
It
what
seems so on now, but Ace has been playing Shelly in the beginning. He could have chosen her like earlier, but he
oh
didn't.
yeah, he
Mm.
came and he picked 2 women over her, right?
Exactly. When she was wide open.
Wasn't it at first? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. It was Amaya, and then who was the other one?
It was the other girl. What is the other girl he was with?
I
He was someone else.
he
I
was
know.
paired with Yelisa because he got picked twice over. Shelly picked him
Mm,
first, and then Yelisa ended up getting paired with him as well. So it was like he had 2 options, but then she got eliminated
mm.
off the show because of racial slurs from a video she posted to social media. But who was
Oh, oh
who?
yeah.
Oh, Coco.
Oh yeah. Coco. Yeah,
But he didn't
but
pick
was not into Coco.
Coco over her. I guess the only woman that he really picked over her was He didn't pick Vanna over Shelly because Shelly wasn't there anymore. He didn't pick Coco over Shelly because he ended up picking Shelly. I guess
I
it's
think Rihanna. Hmm?
just Amaya.
Continue. Sorry.
Is it just Amaya?
Yeah, it must be only Amaya. However, I did not like how he acted around Shelley when he could have, chatted with Shelley a bit more and shown more interest. He was like playing her and ignoring her. It must be the cuts of the production. I don't know, but in my opinion, it seems so in the beginning. So I do believe also the way the personality of Ace is rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm
Oh,
like,
he's a red.
yeah, he's a red flag, yes. And the show complex, oh my God, it's going to come out. It comes out in small doses.
The biggest
However,
red flag
Kelly is
I
not going to
saw,
be able to handle it. Yes.
the biggest red flag that I saw was his tattoo on the back of his back.
The what?
The tattoo on the back of his back. He has Ace tatted on the back of his back. That was the biggest red flag. Like that was the loudest red flags. That
Yeah.
was yeah.
Yeah, but one other red flag I think many missed is that when he was talking to Austin, and he was being asked questions, and he was like, "I'm a leader. I know I'm a leader." Black men with who screams at you, telling you like they are leaders. I'm telling you, they cannot even lead their gonads to the right woman. They are very confused. If they cannot lead their gonads to the right woman, I'm telling you, they are not a leader anywhere.
They are led by lust. It's impossible.
Exactly.
And we
So
saw a lot of that. So there was a lot of that going on the show. There was a lot of lust being led by lust.
mhm,
So
yeah. So I
I
don't believe Ace is a leader. Mm-mm.
I agree. I also agree with the fact that Ace is for himself, even in it still is in correlation with the rumors that him and Shelly came on the show together for, and it's like a PR stunt or whatever type of relationship or whatever to further their careers. So still about self. I feel like Ace really
Mhm.
he's very much about himself. And that was clear.
Yeah.
That was something I picked up on. Like I said, Ace being on his tatted on his back, but then also like
Mm.
how he kept keep wanting to explore and keep things open when the whole time he wanted to choose Shelly but didn't choose Shelly. He kept choosing other people over her. So it's kind of obvious to me. But
Mhm.
I guess that's all over with now because they're together. So who knows?
Yeah, but it is because of the public, though. It
Oh
is
yeah.
because of the challenge they had.
Yeah. And the way that
Yeah.
they voted and they did it was very
Mm.
clear not like that. So
Yeah, and the public did not like Shelley because she was with Ace. It was Ace they didn't not like.
yeah.
It was not Shelley.
That's but thank you so much for coming up here and sharing, Ivy. I'm gonna move on to Daniela. She's up next, so I'm gonna switch over. Okay.
Thank you for having me, and I like your commentary. And
Thank
continue being so smart and gorgeous.
you. Thank you for your input. All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye bye. Okay, Daniela. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, so you are.
Hello. So yes. Let me show your gorgeous face on
Oh
here.
my
You wanted to mic up and cam up, so
god!
yes,
Yanni,
sis. What are you wanting to
you
ask?
are so sweet. Oh my gosh, yes, I have so many things to say. First and foremost, thank you so much for everything that you do in terms of talking about. No, seriously, like you've helped me navigate this whole dating experience, everything. Like I literally have to think, what would Yanni do right now? So thank
Really?
you.
Oh my God! Thank you. That is so sweet.
Serious. Like I need to give you a gift. I crochet. I made this dress. If you ever need anything, please. I'm so serious. Please.
Girl, show
I'm.
it off for us. Let's see. Okay,
Let
'cause
me
the
show you.
shoulders, the arms, yes. Ooh, that is so cute. I love
Thank
that.
you. Thank you so
It's
much. But seriously,
definitely
like,
giving Love Island vibes too. I love
yeah,
it.
me. I'm trying to give you. I'm trying to make something for you that's equally as cute. So
I
please let
love
me know.
that.
I'm so serious. You're a
Please
gift. You are a
email
gift. So
me. Please email me because I would love
okay.
that.
Yes, I absolutely will. So my thoughts on this, I've been in Love Island USA, Love Island UK. I've been watching it
Ooh,
like since the beginning. So for me, I think the people that are ruining this 100% the new viewers. But I think what I can't shake off of me is Huda's personality. I can't shake it off. I think we all kind of like, even when we're addressing the situation, I feel like we're skimming the top. We're not even talking about what's so weird about her consistent comments. And
Oh.
then I made a comment in the chat like earlier. That's exactly why Ceirra, like when you were talking, it clicked for me. That's why Ceirra doesn't like Huda, because she just like Huda. They're
Ooh,
the same people.
and
Do you
it's
know what
a
I'm saying?
Ceirra effect.
Like they're literally mirrors, and that she hates seeing herself in the mirror, which is why she's so angry at her.
Ooh, I can see that. Oh,
Right? That's what I'm saying. I was like, no, let me put on my cap, my thinking cap right now. I see what you guys are saying about Ace and Shelly potentially being together, but I'm just like, would she have done all that stuff with Chris if they were together? Like, oh, I think that conniving. Because what kind of black business is this? Like, how
well,
conniving?
did they kiss outside of the challenges, or did they, I only saw them
They
interact
didn't.
in the challenges? And see, that's the friend that outed them was like, that's why they only kiss in the challenges. They don't kiss outside of the challenges. So I was just like, he did not kiss Coco outside of the challenge, and he had every opportunity to do so, and he didn't. And that's why I was peeping. I'm like, Ace keeps telling people to explore and be open, but I'm just like, you're not open. You don't even interact with the girls outside of the challenge.
Outside of the challenge. And okay, that was the point. So Amaya, reason why he was, well, first of all, I didn't even know about that video. So you have me there. I didn't know there was a friend that came out. That's the one thing I haven't seen. But Amaya, I feel like the reason he was so mean to Amaya was because he chose her over Shelly. Like that's, in my opinion, in a perfect world where they are not together, that's the reason why he was so like going in on Amaya, because he has to show now like, I shouldn't have done that. I regret that. Even
Mhm.
though obviously she's not that kind of girl, she's not interpreting it like that. But that a lot of guys do that when they've been with somebody and they purposely have to be mean to the girl that they've been with just because now you're with somebody new.
And Amaya was picking that up. Amaya is very intuitive. I've peeped that about her. Like she peeps things and then people gaslight her.
I
And
agree.
I'm glad that America is voting in a way to where she's starting to trust herself more, because we can see what she's feeling, but she can't see it because it's being done behind her back. And I hope that when she watches the show back, that she could see that her intuition is always on point with every.
Point.
It's on point. They just
And that's the
gaslight her.
No, I completely agree. And that's the point where people have been talking about the infantilization of her. Like she's so smart. I don't think like she's
Is
actually been making the right plays every well calls, because she's not making the right play with these men. Like oh, clearly they don't want too much attention or affection. But
right.
like she's been making the right calls on like clocking people. You
Back
know, ex-
quick.
I just feel like she has genuinely, like I think that's why she's really smart. So I hate when people be acting like she's a child. She's actually probably the most discerning person that I've seen in the
I just
villa.
feel like she has a childlike nature about herself, which is good. More adults should tap into their childlike nature because they wouldn't be depressed as much.
That's true.
So I feel like even the things that people try to label her like negative about, I'm like, are they really negative, or they just don't fit in this social construct that you feel like she should fit into? And I feel like more adults would be happy if they tapped into their childlike nature, and she does that. So that's why she wakes up happy every day. And one thing I also caught when she was sitting down, I don't know if it was Brian or Zach, but she said no, she was sitting down with Clark, and she was like, I don't want to get old and just like not be happy and not be this carefree person. So it's like she's aware that I am what makes this life life. It's not, I just go through life and I expect for things to just be great. I have to make things great. I have to make things happy. I have to make things fun. I have to take on the day and make it a good day. I can't expect for today to just be a good day. She is aware of these things. But people don't get her because she's just different. I don't know what else to say. I just feel like she's different. She's just not in the right environment. And the people around her are just more performers, and
Mm.
she's more of a realist, and they don't know how to handle her. They don't know how to take her. So, and she can be strong when she's interacting with people, but again, I really feel like that's more just that's her. And Brian confirmed that it's more of a cultural thing. So I don't know. I think that puts a lot of things into perspective for me when it comes to her and her personality. Do I think she gets attached too quick, too soon? Yes, because my thing with Maya is not to be mean about it, but it's like I want you to protect yourself more. I want you to preserve your energy, and I want you to set boundaries with people, because she's exposing herself to pain and hurt and disappointment a lot, and she could actually protect herself from that by not being too open when it comes to people that she just meets for the first time. So that's the only really, I guess, critique or constructive criticism that I could give her, but I wouldn't change anything else. I feel like she's the most genuine in the house.
So genuine. I also feel like, for me, the whole Shelly, and because first and foremost with Amaya, let me just say that I relate to her personally. Like, I'm very open, I'm very bright, but like that's how I feel, especially when I'm in a romantic connection. And
Mhm.
I'm telling you, Yanni, I have to be like, let me rewatch this your life. Let me rewatch your life. Calm down, girl. Like, I'm in my mid 20s. Like, take a second. I didn't grow up dating, like,
Hmm.
and yeah. So I'm like, okay, think about it for a second. Just take a breather. So that's I completely agree with everything you said about Amaya. With regards to Shelly and Olandria, I feel like their relationship has just given me so much life. And because I've watched all these seasons, I honestly haven't seen like somebody disconnect. Even though they're not showing every aspect of their connection, I feel like there's so much life in there, and that's the only reason I'll give Olandria grace for speaking at the fire pit, because I don't think she would have ever spoken up with regards to anybody else against Huda specifically or against any of the girls. I think it's just because of how deep their connection is. So I
Yes.
know everyone's saying,
We saw how deep their bond was. Did you not see Shelly when Olandria was eliminated? Well, when she thought she was eliminated, I was like, oh my God. Like, I felt that. Like, I'm like, oh my God. It reminds me of just being in white spaces, and like your black sister is leaving you, and now you don't have that support, and you need that support. Y'all lean on each other, and I felt like that was what we were witnessing. And I've never seen Shelly break down like that, but when I tell you Shelly broke down, Shelly is not the type of person that breaks down like that either. But when she saw her sister about to leave that villa, it was like, no, like she literally ran, took off her heels. Did anybody see that? I was like, oh my God,
yeah.
don't go. So that to me was pure raw sisterhood love. And I love to see that on the screen. I love that it was globally seen too. Cause
No,
yeah.
that was beautiful. And I just want to say, I think last thing with regards to everybody on the main cast, my worst person, well, Koda and Chris, they need to go. They need to go. They need to go yesterday. Even before Iris and Pepe, I needed them to go. I feel like
Oh.
I just can't stand. I can't stand both of them together. Their fakeness is it
You
gives me a
think
rash.
Pepe is fake with Iris? I
No, no,
feel
no, no, no.
like
Sorry. My mistake. Sorry, I misspoke. I'm saying that Huda and Chris are fake
oh,
as hell. I can't see them
okay.
together.
I was
I
like,
can't be around them. I can't breathe. Like every time Chris speaks, I'm like liar. Like that's literally how
they
I'm
are
hearing him.
the stereotype that Cynthia G talks about all the time on her platform. Like they are the stereotype. Like copy and paste. I wonder if she's even going to touch on it, because it's exactly what we're talking about. It's the same thing. It's they love masculine women outside of black women. They don't like masculine women with black women. Okay, but they'll say we're masculine, but then go get the most masculine woman outside of the community. So really,
Fuck it.
it's not our behavior; it's truly our complexion. Like, let's just be real about that. And then another thing too is they love to go for women that have truly nothing to offer but their body. So it's not about all of these things that they try to make it about, like, oh, you're not this and you're not that, and you are not smart enough, or it's your degrees, or it's this or it's that, and it's none of that. It's the fact that you don't like these qualities in in your skin complexion. That's it.
Right.
Like, just be real about it. You don't like
You
that.
have a preference.
No, and it reminds you of your mother. Like, the issue is that it's really your mother. It's not even us. It's your mother. And because we have the same complexion as your mother, you take that hatred out on us when really it's your mama. And you need to go talk to her. You need to go sit in a therapist chair. Because how is it that the same qualities that black women sometimes carry when we're not our best, we're in our shadow side, how is it that you go and get that in the next woman that's just simply non-black? It's because we remind you of your mother, and you have issues with your mother, and you need to go deal with your issues with your mother. That's what that is. I don't even take it personal. I don't internalize it. It's not for me to internalize. It's for him to deal with, and it's for him to address with his mother, with his mama. And then he's going to go take it out on the next woman in another community. That's why I'm like, what is there to hate on? There's nothing to hate on. I'm like,
Correct.
he's gonna go and punish that woman. And right now, he's just so infatuated with what she looks like. But once that tends to die down, the infatuation dies down, he's gonna have to deal with the same qualities that his mother carries because he hasn't healed from that. He's gonna go get that in the next woman and then have to deal with that in her once the infatuation dies down. This is why they never stick with the women that they deal with because they're unhealed. So it's not us, it's really them. And it's not to take away from the issues that we have as Black women. We have our issues. I will never down that. However, like, you're ignoring the issues that you really have with your mother. So I just hope Black women stop internalizing it. I hope Black women stop internalizing it when they choose these women, and they choose these women that are very masculine, very toxic. They're gonna go for what they are attracted to, which they're physically not attracted to us because they have mommy issues, but
Right.
emotionally and mentally they're still attracted to that because that was their mother, and so they're just gonna get it in the next woman, and it's just an unhealed way of them pursuing a woman. So I
Yeah.
just don't take it personal, and I wish more Black women wouldn't take it personal. Like, it's a deep rooted mother wound. That's it.
It's just he's just such a dusty to me. Like I
Oh my
can't,
god.
I can't even get
And the
into.
fact that the girls can't pick that up, like, how are you not seeing how dusty he is? Like, he is not a catch. He's not a prize. The girls are going off of big man. What is it? The big Mandigo or Mandigo. They're going after that. They're going after the fact that he's tall. He has big feet. He has big hands, and that's it. That's it.
Cares. Nobody. I don't care. I literally don't care. Yeah. I'm ready for him to go. But yeah, last thing for me, Iris and Pepe. I just think I think Pepe is genuine, but I also feel like when I feel like people aren't talking enough about his conversation with Grayson when he was breaking it off, and he said it has nothing to do with Hannah. It has nothing to do with Hannah. He kept on saying nothing to do with Hannah at all. So clearly, as in, I don't think it's about Hannah. I think this, like, Iris is really the bad bitch trophy that he's been waiting for.
I think.
And
Do you think
yeah,
so more than Hannah?
I think Hannah and him have had this sexual connection, and he's a romantic person. If him and Iris take it to that next level, I
I
think he could be 1000% more into that.
I think Hannah is. I think Iris is above Hannah, but he's missing the spark. But it's kind of similar to when they first got together. Everything was kind of rushed, so the
Hmm.
infatuation was still lingering when she left the house. But if he really gave Iris a real chance, I think that infatuation would die quick, just as quick as that burn came in and that spark was created, just as quick as it would die out if he was to really take on Iris in a real serious way. So it's gonna be.
Because imagine if Grayson gave him the cat the next day. Like, you know what I'm saying? They had the same. He was very infatuated
Wait,
her once he met.
Did
Oh,
Grayson sleep together?
no. I'm saying, but imagine if they did.
Oh,
Because the next day, yeah, because like the first day he was very into Grayson and just like, yeah, this is my even turned down the baddest, one of the baddest, yeah, stereotypes, baddest, Andrina, who is actually gorgeous. He turned her down for Grayson. So I think he's immediately infatuated, especially with his type.
right.
And because they didn't have that sexual, connection to take it to that next level, that's
Right.
why he was still hung up on Hannah. But if he had that with Iris, Iris
Right.
is the point for him. So yeah.
And then great. And then I was kind of disappointed in Andrina. So let me explain because I've been meaning to talk about this, but thank you for bringing that back up. Andrina played herself because she told Brian how she was feeling before
Before.
checking the temperature with Pepe because she didn't have to blow up her spot like that. She blew up her spot. And this is why I love Shelly down. I know a lot of people are just, I don't like Shelly, but Shelly knows what she's doing when it comes to dating and having a roster. You got to give credit where it's due. Andrina blew up her spot with Brian, and she shouldn't have done that. She should have checked the temperature with Pepe first, see if there was something that could have been there, even if it was like just a little something, something. She took it as the challenge was like her checking the temperature. And it's like, no. You needed to check the temperature. Well, you needed to set the tone in the challenge. Check the temperature after the challenge to see if it was still warm, it was still preheated. And then you could have like blew up your spot with Brian. She played her cards wrong. She was just
Absolutely.
she wanted to show her cards too soon. And I feel like a lot of women do that. And I'm like, before you blow up any spot, before you call off somebody that you have on your roster, you need to make sure things are really set in stone with this person, because that's what men do. Like, men make sure, all right, I'm locking it in, I'm locking it down, and
Yeah.
then they go and they cut things off. Women cut things off before they lock it down. And it's like, do it in reverse. So that's why I'm like, Shelly, I love her down. I just was like, girl, you got to know when to stop though. Like, you got to know it's like, okay,
I
Shelly,
don't
it's time to
know.
hang up the jersey, girl. Like it's time to put the jersey up. She was like, no, no, no. Like it was like I think she got kind of caught up in her ego with it a little bit towards the end. So I don't know, but
But for
I
me, I would have agreed. Well, what you just said about Andrina, yes. But the thing is, like, see how Brian responded to her, and once he heard that, he was like, yeah, Andrina is boring, fam." Like he said, like that was so excessive to me, and that's why I will never like him for Amaya, and that's why I think he's fake. Because they were both in the bill at the same time. The moment somebody expresses disinterest, you literally switched on her. Now she's boring. That girl was clearly quirky and interesting. Like she was clearly funny and smart. So that was not true. And yeah, that's absolutely why. But for me, what you're saying about Shelly's ego, I mean, I hear it, but I also think Ace is someone where you have to exhibit some ego with him too. Like
he's a
he's
Leo.
not.
Girl, you do, you really do. Cause that man, like, it was. I honestly, I was rooting for Shelly when she was talking to Austin. I knew what the play was. I was like, well, you got it, girl. You got to keep that option just open, just to keep the man sweat. And I knew she wasn't into him, but I knew that Shelly wasn't into Austin in the way that Austin was into her, and I understood why she kept that connection open was because of Ace. It's an
Right.
ego thing with him, so it's like I understood why she felt the need to do that. I didn't clock her on it, but I was like peeping it at the same
Yeah.
time.
Definitely, he was a pawn.
Right, right. So I'm gonna have to look at this whole Pepe and I'm gonna have to look at Pepe and Iris. I think if they go in, I think it could be better than what he had with Hannah.
But I think Iris' connection with TJ is already so strong. I don't know if it's gonna be good enough for her.
I know, and that was a very strong connection. I was shocked that they voted TJ off the show. I was so shocked.
Ceirra
Crazy.
is just a L person, bro. I'm sorry. No offense. No offense. I
No,
don't
it's
think she
true.
hate, but you know what she did. I mean, as a contestant, should I say, an
Right,
L contestant? Yes,
right.
yes.
After we talk about this, I will not be speaking on Sierra negatively, but I'm saying as far as the show, sis. It's just it was just like wow. I was just like wow, and it's so crazy because Ceirra had the girls in a chokehold when it came to how she came across on the show in the very beginning, and then it's just been ever since she laid down with that man, it's just been a totally different person, and I'm just like I don't like it. So I don't know.
It's Well, that's why you can't be friends with insecure people.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Was there anything else that you wanted to add with any of the other casting?
Yeah, I don't think so at the moment. I'm rooting for Nicolandria at the same time Ace and Shelly at
Yeah,
equal footing. I feel like, I think Nick is not the best person for Alandria, if I'm being honest. But in the scenario, I love it. I'm shipping it. So
right.
let's see. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be happy with either option, whether it's Shelly and Ace or it's Nick and Olandria. I would be happy. I feel like with how Olandria was treated and the whole underlying message that is sent to dark skinned black women in the black community, I would want to see her on top with Nick, a non-black man, just
Yes.
because of the message that it sends globally. Like we need that message to be sent out there globally. And that's the reason why I'm really rooting for them. And I hope it like sends a message to black women like, hey, open up your options. Like if you feel like you don't have people checking for you or sweating you, it's maybe because you could be a little more open with your options. And to have this all play out globally and have it be seen around the world, I just feel like it sends a very loud message that needs to be heard and needs to be seen. So
Well,
I'm
you
for
just
it.
influence my voting. I'm voting them now. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the ultimate reason. That makes sense.
Because
I wanted the black people to win, but like
right.
specifically for that message, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And it's
Yeah.
because of the whole situation with Taylor and him choosing the lighter complected woman. So I'm gonna stick beside him. I'm gonna I'm
Yeah.
gonna stick beside him because
Yeah.
I need young black girls to see like, listen, open up your options early, like earlier than what we did, earlier than what maybe even our mothers did. Like maybe our mothers didn't even open up their options at all. I just need that message to be sent to the younger generation of women. So black girls. So it's
I
just
love it.
important. So I'm gonna stick beside him. This is a Nicolandrian fan base. We are a part of the hive over here. Y'all just gonna have to hate us over. And I am so I actually am very grateful of Sierra. I'm grateful that she crossed Olandria because now I don't feel bad. I don't feel guilty. I don't feel like I have to lose my integrity or strip away any principles of mine to be a Nicolandrian Hive member. So I'm just like, thank you for your services. I appreciate all you have done for us, like for real. Because I'm just like, it would have been harder for me. I got to be honest. I probably would have been more Team Shelly and Ace, but she just made it easier. So thank you,
I
Ceirra.
didn't even scream when Taylor picked Clark. I didn't even scream. I had no reaction. I was like, duh. When he even said it, what he said, he looked like a loser saying it, but whatever. But when she went over to Taylor, I literally it was like a sports match. Like that was
Yeah,
crazy. Like
yeah.
violation.
Yeah. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And I was trying to explain in my, I think 3 reviews ago that Clark is a beautiful girl in a big city, but Olandria is a beautiful girl globally. And I need black women to understand that. It's just facts. Like, I'm sorry. It's just it's tea. You know, you can do, listen, Clark can do Las Vegas. She can do Atlanta. She could do maybe even LA. She could do New York. She could do all the big cities in the US. But Olandria can do any country. I'm just being honest. Like it's the truth. Like it's just me just peeping what beauty is. And I'm not blind. So it's just it is what it is. And I need black women to understand that. Like let's focus on how you are desirable. Let's focus on speaking that in the mirror when you look at yourself every day and let's accept that because there's a level of acceptance. And I'm so glad that black women commented that there were times where Olandria was being complimented by Nick and she didn't know how to receive that love and that affection. And I really believe it's because she's never gotten it. And why I'm really rooting for them as well. It's like I want her to, even if it's just this experience, right? Where she's in this Love Island experience and she's receiving that. She needs that. I don't think she's ever gotten that. And that's another reason why I'm rooting for them. Is because I've mentored black women and I hear that a lot. Like they don't know how to receive compliments because they're not complimented often. And then if they are, it's always about, well, you must want something from me. So they can't even genuinely be receptive to it. So I think Nick is genuine. It seems like he's very genuine, even if it's just from a friendship level. I think it's, and I feel like Olandria has very firm boundaries that if she didn't feel like it was genuine, she wouldn't even allow it to even go that far. So it's just something I'm peeping. So I'm, listen.
Zach tried it. Zach really.
I mean, the way he acts around her, it's just he gets lost in her aura. I've never really seen that with any of the other couples. Like he gets lost in her eyes, her aura, her conversation, their interactions, her smile, her glow. Like he just really gets lost in her. And I feel like she's never experienced that before. So I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her.
Me too. Okay, Nicolandria for the win. I love it.
Convince you?
You convinced me. I am convinced. Absolutely.
I'm here for it. So did you want to add anything else?
No, Yanni, I'm
That was
good.
it. Well, thank you for coming up here. I really appreciate it. And listen, please email me this crochet
I'm
dress.
emailing you. Is it on it's on your YouTube?
Yes, real talk with Yanni at gmail.com, please, because
I'm
that is
telling you right now.
that is
Right now.
gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you so much. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Just as usual.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, yes. I am here for it. Did anyone else want to come up here and share it? Oh, we're about 3 hours in. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I enjoyed hearing everyone's perspective, even the ones that were unpopular. Honestly, I didn't really disagree because honestly, depending on your perspective, I can actually see it from your point of view. So I'm very big on perspective. Even if it's unpopular, it could really like have me look at things differently. And so I believe someone was saying she didn't think Ace really liked Shelly. I can see that because how he was moving in the beginning, I'm like, does he like her? Does he not? So who knows? I guess we'll all just have to find out. But listen, please vote. Like, please vote for Nick in Olandria. Please, 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 please. And don't forget about Amaya. You know, don't send her love. If anything, if you're gonna support Amaya, support her outside of the villa. Like follow her on Instagram, her TikTok, show her love in real life because again, the environment that she's in, I just don't think anyone is going to be genuine in that environment. But outside of the villa, she has a lot of us waiting for her, wanting to welcome her with open arms. So don't think that she's going to miss out. I feel like she's going to get endorsements. She's going to get sponsorships and things like that because she has us off or outside of the villa. So I don't feel guilty or bad, because at first I was like, well, I don't want to go against Amaya, but then I was like, you know what, she has us outside of the villa, and I feel like that's what truly matters anyway. So please give the video a thumbs up, and I'm gonna come back and do another reaction if I feel like the episodes are not boring. But I have a feeling that these episodes with this last week coming up, oh wait, the girls wanted me to watch the preview. I can't bring it up on the screen because I don't want to be copyrighted. So let me see. Hold on, let me take off my noise so you can hear the audio. Let me see. Let me know if you can hear. What the hell? I'm Amaya.
I'm trying to sleep and I don't know what the was hearing, so I come
Oh my God. Have they ever done this before? Where they have to use these babies? Oh my God, y'all. I remember this in high school. I had to take the baby class. Amaya is so real. Amaya woke up like, what the hell? So this is what I'm seeing. So I guess they are practicing being parents in the next episode.
It's okay. I cry all the time.
Look at him, he ain't got no harness on. They not fit. I have something to tell you. I was going into last night thinking like it's platonic. I get into bed.
And also, can the girls get off Olandria when it comes to her under eye makeup? Y'all know how it is when we go on vacation and our makeup starts to look a little ashy, because we did not prepare for the change. And so we have a makeup routine in place, and now we need to adjust, but we don't even realize, damn, we need to adjust because we've gotten a shade darker. Can y'all back up? Okay. That happened to me when I went to Mexico. Like, I looked so ashy in all of my photos because I didn't even prepare for a tan like that. So we just didn't know. Okay. Like, back off. Okay. She's a black girl.
I started getting like flutters in all parts of my body.
What are you doing? What is wrong with you?
I'm a little stressed because.
Ooh, why I have a feeling? Why do I have a feeling after watching this preview that how Chris acts with this fake baby is going to break the camel's back when it comes to Huda and Chris? I have a feeling that it's going to expose that he can't handle Huda having a child, because just the way he acting, it seemed like Ace was excited when he popped up on the screen. They got twins. It looks like, it's just crazy. And everyone is commenting about how when Ceirra has left the villa and now things are peaceful. Interesting.
What is this? She's just a little bossy, I guess. I can't get.
Ooh, did Chris say she's a little bossy, I guess? Ooh. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Let me. Because he hella came up on the screen like he was tired. Damn, why I keep doing that?
What is wrong with you?
I'm a little stressed because what is this? She's just a little bossy, I guess. I can't get my credit.
Woo! What are the Huda rats gonna have to say about that? She been bossy. Chris, you need to be patient. She been bossy. This is not new. This is who she is.
When did you say good job to me? I did say good job to you.
Say good job to me. We gotta work on her, teamwork when it comes to being in a couple.
Is there anything I need to work
Yo, is Chris now a victim of Huda? The way he is looking, she asked him, she said, is there anything that I could work on? And he looks at her like, ooh, girl, listen, Huda make good TV. I don't care what nobody says. She make good TV. She do. She do. But we tried to tell you that this man was dusty. Let's see what this is about. Let's see what this is about. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay, so tonight's episode gonna be interesting. We told you that man was dusty. I told you that man was dusty. All it took was a fake baby. That's. I tried to tell y'all. I tried to tell you, but you were like, "You're a hater. You're a hater." I'm like, how y'all not see how dusty this man? This man ain't ready to be stepdaddy. He not ready to be a stepfather. I don't know why y'all thought he was ready to be a stepfather. He didn't even give I'm a man with a job, with benefits, a primary care physician. You know, things that are important when it comes to raising a family. That's why I'm just like, Huda, girl, and this says a lot. You could do better. You could do better. You had better. You had Jeremiah. So I just, ooh, girl, all it took was a baby. It just broke the camel's back. That's why I said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I'm gonna get canceled. Let me log out. Y'all give the video a thumbs up. Catch me here again. And it seems like the next review is going to be an interesting one. So catch me back here for the next review. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you to everyone that came up here and gave their opinion and their thoughts. See you in my next one.